Paul, I can see you there. Well done, sir. Hope all is well. 2 seconds. Let's see if this video kicks in. Then we'll get on with live chat number 45. Indeed. That's good. I think that's all working. We're going to go live chat there. Very good. And we're going for live chat there. And we'll skip that. And we'll just turn that off. There we go. I think we're up and running. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. I hope you're safe and well. I hope the world of bass is floating your boat and rocking your shoes. So it's Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock here in London town, here in the UK. Live chat number 45 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. You're very welcome. If you've never frequented the channel before or a live chat here on the channel, you are very welcome. We're talking about bass guitars. So if you've got any questions about basses, amps, speakers, bass effects, bass accessories, if your gear's playing up, you're looking to buy some pedals or some basses or amplifiers, or you're looking for a new gig bag or some straps or a tuner, who knows? If you've got any questions about bass guitars, great bass players, bands that had great bass players in them, great albums with great bass lines on, here's the place to talk about it. You got any questions about the channel, any of the content that's already here on Brooks's Bass Corner, then fire away. I'll explain how a live chat works if you're new to this. So basically, this is the video window that you're seeing me pretend I'm accentuating a circle. That's the video window. If you're on the mobile app, directly below this window is the live chat window. If you're on the desktop version, so on a PC, a Mac, a laptop, what have you, the live chat window is that side. So the way this works, put your cursor or insertion point or your arrow, whatever you choose to use, into the live chat window, type your question or comment, press send, and it pops up here on my live chat window. And as soon as I see the messages pop up, I'll respond to them. That's pretty much how it goes. There's a couple of things I need to tell you about, so I'll try and rattle through these quite quickly so we can get on with the live chat. So at the bottom of the live chat window, you'll see an emoji icon. Please feel free to give that an absolute pummeling. If you want to put thumbs up, smileys, any sort of emoji that's there on offer, feel free to do it. The YouTube algorithm loves that. It means people are getting involved in the chat, so please feel free to do that. Next to that, you'll also see a dollar symbol. That's called Super Chat. That allows you to make a financial donation to the channel if you wish to do so. You don't have to. It's all free. But if you like the content here on Brooks's Bass Corner, or you like what we're doing, or you like the live chat, or perhaps you've watched some of the reviews or demo videos that are already here on the channel, maybe they've helped you make an inspired purchase. If you want to say thanks, feel free. But like I say, you don't have to. What does the live chat, Super Chat money go towards if you make a donation? Well, it goes towards keeping the channel running. It goes towards studio time for some of the videos that I've got planned in the future. It goes towards some of the equipment that you see in the reviews and demos. So like pedals, amplifiers, some of the basses. It goes towards the maintenance and cleaning equipment that you see on the workshop videos. So where I'm setting up a bass or restringing, or doing the neck relief, all the tools and sprays and cloths and polishes, all of that comes out of my pocket. So if you wish to make a financial donation to the channel, feel free. That's what it's all about. So that's called Super Chat. Now below the video window, you'll see a row of icons. So you'll see a thumbs up, which means you're enjoying the video. So we heartily recommend you hit the thumbs up, please. Thumbs down if you're not enjoying it. Maybe you don't like the way I present here on the live chat or on the videos. That's fine. Leave a comment. Let me know what you don't like. I can't make it better if you don't tell me. You'll also see a share arrow, which means you can share this video to social media, email, share it on a website, whatever you wish. There's a save button, so you can come back and watch the video at a later date. Then you'll also see a love heart with a dollar symbol, and that's called Super Thanks. That works in exactly the same way as Super Chat on the live chat. And because every video here on Brooks's Bass Corner is monetized, because we're a monetized channel, if you hit the super thanks button, again, it might just be a particular video you really enjoy, or perhaps you've watched like a run of videos. Maybe you get a bit greedy one evening, you just watch a load of my videos one after the other. Maybe you enjoyed what we do here. If you hit the super thanks button, it'll allow you to make a financial contribution to the channel. But again, you don't have to. The videos are for free. But, you know, if some of the information or the advice really helps you sort of either improve your bass playing or make a reasoned decision on a particular piece of equipment, or even if it makes you realize a bass that you really wanted, you watch the demo or the review and you suddenly think, that's not for me at all, feel free. If you wish to make a donation to the channel, that's up to you, and it's all good. Now, in the description box underneath this video, you will see affiliate links for Thomann here in Europe, Amazon for UK and Europe, and US and worldwide. And although you won't see links yet for Gear for Music, because I'm still setting the affiliate up for that. So the affiliate links, basically, if you've got a bass related purchase, so a bass, an amp, a speaker, a combo, pedals, accessories, strings, Strat, maybe, leads, tuner pedal, any sort of effects, you can help the channel out. If you've got some sort of bass related shopping coming up, maybe you're keeping your eye on a pedal and you're looking for a good deal. If you click on the link in the description box, so whether it's Thomann, Amazon, hopefully Gear for Music have already taken me on as an affiliate. I've just got to get the link sorted out. There's some other possible retailers in the pipeline, so please keep checking back on the videos and you'll see those affiliate links crop up over time. They're on every video in the description box. So how does an affiliate sale work? Well, basically, say you wanted to buy a set of strings, you wanted to help the channel out, but you want something for your donation. If you go to the link, let's say amazon.co.uk, click on the amazon.co.uk link in the description box, takes you through to the Brooks's Bass Corner storefront that I've set up for you fine bass playing YouTube people out there. So there's a whole load of strings, straps, there's some basses, effect pedals, speakers, combos, cleaning, sprays, polishes, cloths, all of that. Find the strings you want, add them to your basket. If you then go through with the purchase and pay for them, they get sent out to you. And within a couple of days, Amazon realize whether you're going to keep the product or you're going to send it back. As long as you don't send it back, the channel then receives what is called an affiliate commission. It's not very much, but through lots of affiliate sales over time, that amount sort of builds up, and that helps the channel out. It also means over time, the more people that use my affiliate links to buy products, will see those retailers come back to me with money off voucher codes, special deals for people who use the affiliate links. So it's a kind of two-way street there. So there will be affiliate links for Gear for Music coming up. I would imagine I'll get that sorted this week. But there's already links for Thomann and Amazon. And can I say a big thank you to the individual who used a link from one of my videos and went through and made a purchase on Thursday. It might be someone here from the live chat, one of the regulars. I don't know. I can't see who it was that made the purchase. All I know is that my affiliate credit went up. So that was last Thursday. So if it's one of you, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So I think I've had 3 sales now on Thomann. So thank you. So that's how the affiliate sales work. You'll also see links for Brooks's Bass Corner merchandise, which is done through Spreadshirt and Spreadshop in the US. So there's a UK and European store, which is Spreadshirt. The US and worldwide store is Spreadshop. So I'm wearing some of the merchandise, as you can see. So we've got a branded cap, we've got a branded long sleeve t-shirt. There are mugs, there are bags, there's loads of different t-shirts, baseball shirts, fleeces, sweatshirts, leisure wear, socks, mouse mats, glasses, water bottles, tons of stuff. And there's about literally 150 products in the product range. And I think I've got 7 or 8 different designs there. So those designs can be applied to any of the products. So if you find, say you want to buy a t-shirt, help the channel, find the design you want to use, pick which product you want that design put on, pick your color, pick your size. That's it. It's simple. Quite a few people have already bought merchandise. I need some photos, guys, of you wearing your merch. So if you've got any, that'd be great. You can send them to me on the social media channels. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Be Real, Reddit, Quora, Discord. What was the other one? We're on TikTok as well. Or you can send it via the community tab here on the channel. Or I can give you an email address which you can send those photos through to. So if you want to do that, it's Brooks's Base Corner 2020, so 2020 at gmail.com. If you missed that and you want me to reiterate it, I'll put it in the live chat window and you'll see it pop up there. So merch, photos would be greatly appreciated. The quality of the merch is really good. I'm so pleased with this stuff. So pleased that I made another purchase of some samples yesterday. So I think next week's live chat will come too soon for that order to have arrived. But hopefully in about 2 weeks, I'll be able to show you some different garments, different accessories with new logos, new designs, and you'll see some of the other stuff. I think that's it. The only other thing I've got to say, if you're new to the channel, or if you're not and you're a regular here, but you still haven't hit that subscribe button, then please do so. It helps me, it helps the channel. The algorithm suddenly goes, oh, people are liking the channel. And it means they then push the videos more, which helps me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you get notifications when either I post up new video content or I'm posting on the community tab. And also give the video a thumbs up. And I think that's the big sell. I've got nothing else to say on that. So let me get to the live chat window. I see loads of stuff going on. Loads of emojis. Thanks, guys. It's what we like. Let's get in there. Have a look. Paul from Glasgow. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for attending. Here and present. I can only guess where this live base chat takes us this week. Every week it's a voyage of discovery, Paul. I have no knowledge in advance of what anyone's going to ask or where we're going. And the lovely thing is, none of these lovely people on the live chat know either. So it is literally open to the people that get involved, and the questions and the comments opens up the discussion, and bang. So if you've got issues with your basses or your amps or your pedals, or you're looking for, you need a particular sound, you don't know what to buy, ask me if I can help. That's what I'm here for. I've got 4,000 gigs under my belt. I wrote for Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player Magazine for just under 20 years. Don't sell yourself too far, Mike. 18 years I've wrote for magazines for. So a lot of gear has passed through these hands. In fact, through these walls, actually, as it goes. So if I can help, I will. If I can't, I'll open it up to the floor, and some of the very learned bass players that we have here on the live chat each week, if I can't help, chances are they will. They'll know their stuff. So Martin from Dublin, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope the week's treating you well. Stacey, now I wasn't going to say anything, but boys and girls, sadly, Stacey lost her dog at the weekend. So lots of love. Best wishes going out to Stacey over in North Carolina. I know what you're going through. You know I know what you're going through, because we've been through it as well. So, you know, lots of love going out to Stacey in North Carolina. Tom Sage, my cousin, evening. Good to see you. Recently bought a bass. Bought some stuff off Amazon using the affiliate links. Love your cuz. Great work. I hope it's all working fine. What you bought, did the strap, was it right length? Tuner working okay? Can't remember what else you bought. Cleaning materials, picks, all sorts. So I hope that's all going great guns. Stacey's giving the emoji icon an absolute pounding, which is good to see. Neoland, welcome back, my friend. Hope you're good. Well done, Stace. You are pummeling the emojis. I'm very pleased to see it. Emojis are good. Hello, Mr. YouTube algorithm. Exactly. Tom Sage, think all the emojis caught his eye. Yes, they did. I was seeing all that ping up on my camera, so it's all good. Martin, I think all 3 of those Thomann purchases may have been you. Well, if you've bought them through the affiliate links, Martin, then yes, they are all you. Because I've only had 3, but they've all been in recent weeks. So, and obviously we knew about the pedal that you bought. So anything else, if you've bought 3 things off Thomann and used the affiliate links, then they're all you. So thank you, mate. I owe you a very large glass of red wine, or you can have a trough of beer, whichever works. One day we'll get to meet at some point, and I'll be buying you that, I'm afraid. Tom Sage, I'm pretty sure you need to subscribe to use the live chat. Don't think so. I don't think so. I think anyone on YouTube, as long as you've got a YouTube account, so you got a Gmail, and I don't think you need to subscribe to my channel to work on the live chat or to enter on the live chat. I think it's just you just need to have a Google email, a Gmail. Sloppy when wet. If you say so. Good to see you. I think you were on last week, weren't you? Yeah, good. Hope everything's all well at your end. Visog, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, lots of love for Stacey this week, guys and girls. Strap is good for length. Excellent. Amazing the difference it makes. I told you, cousin, I've done this for 36 years. Okay, I know these things. Amazing what a padded strap does for the shoulder. So a base that feels quite heavy on a regular strap, you suddenly get the padded strap. And actually the Ibanez you bought is, they're not that heavy. They're not that heavy because they're basically budget range bases. So there's not a hell of a lot of wood. And actually the way Ibanez make their bases at this end anyway, you know, they're very slimline bodies, slim necks. They're great. So I hope you're enjoying your Ibanez SR300 EB in pearl white, I think it was, wasn't it? You bought, I think you bought pearl white, which is great stuff. Okay, Stacey, thank you, Martin. Excellent. Still waiting on the tuner, Tom, and having a cleaning session Saturday after. Cool. If you need any help with that, Tom, like what order to do things, just message me on the day and I'll guide you through it. I'm probably going to be doing a workshop session tomorrow and recording it for the channel. So, yeah, if you want to chat while I'm doing any of that, feel free. That's all cool. So what's been happening here on Brooks's Base Corner? Well, it's been a fairly turbulent week. I can't actually divulge anything further than that at the moment. I will do in weeks to come. Let's think what's happened. New purchases. So, 2 seconds. So no bases. Lord knows where I'm going to put any new bases, but as I intimated last week, I was looking at one of these. So if you've been following the social media, you'll know I was talking about this last week. So it's by Source Audio, makers of some very fine pedals. This is the Aftershock pedal, which is a bass distortion, but not only that, it's bass fuzz, all in one pedal. So I haven't used it yet or got to grips with it. It's been a little hectic here. However, there will be review and demo video. I've always got to put teeth in at the start of the chat, you know. There will be review and demo videos of this pedal and the other 2 Source Audios, which I've got here, very, very soon. So I think this uses the same app software that you can use on the other 2. So basically you can go into the inner workings of this and change settings. So not just by the controls on the front, you can actually get into the processing within the pedal. So I can't wait to get down and dirty with these, well, certainly this one, but the other 2 as well, because I'm looking to put them on my board for use with Uncle Funk when we get back out at start of June. So festival season is now imminent. It's only about 7 weeks away, I think, to the first festival with Uncle Funk at the start of June. So need to start getting my skates on with the pedals, and I need to get my pedal train board reset up. So basically, after 2 years of using it how it was on festival shows and other shows with Uncle Funk, I'm going to take it apart, to take all the pedals off. I'm going to decide which things are coming off and which are going to stay on, new pedals that are going to be added, get the routing right, and then I'll do a video for you all, and you can see what I've got on the pedal board, and I'll do a demo with a bass, and you can hear all the different settings. So that's a video I always mention on live chats, but it takes time, and to actually sit there and go through the pedals I've got and decide which ones are coming off of the pedal board and which ones are going on, and then to do a video of me doing all that. It's going to take a bit of planning, but I'll get there. But because I've got to do that as a task, that video isn't far away. So for those who were watching a few weeks back, this is the other couple of Source Audio pedals. So we've got C4 synth, which is a bass synth. It's actually got a lot of features that are in the Spectrum filter, but I want both because in case there are functions that I need to call on both at the same time. So yeah, so we've got the Aftershock, we've got the C4 synth, and then we've got the Spectrum filter. So yeah. So again, people ask, where does the live chat, super chat, super thanks payments go? So I'm buying things like this. I don't get sent this stuff. Sadly, the channel isn't big enough at the moment to get samples through from a lot of companies. It will be. It's just taking time to build it and do it properly. So for the moment, I have to buy all these sort of things and see what I think. And hopefully by doing some good quality reviews and demos, the companies might go, hey, that guy knows what he's talking about, or not. And might start putting me on their PR lists for new product launches. They should do. I've been writing reviews on this stuff for 18 years. So yeah, we'll see where we get to. Kev, KCC base. Kev, good to see you, my friend. Well, did you? A yes or no will do. As in buying the Aftershock. Yes, absolutely. Wrong box, Mike. That's the one you want. Yes, I did. Of course I did. Tough question. When I decide I'm buying something, I'm buying it. Where I buy it from, that's a different part of the argument. But yes, I did buy it. So 3 Source Audio pedals that all need demoing, reviewing, and then adding to the pedal board. And I've got to get into the app and start playing around with the settings. Although I think what I might do is for the first month or so of festival shows, I might just go with the controls that are on the front. And then once I know what the pedal can do and what I need it to do based on the sounds I'm getting on stage, I might then bring the board in and then start connecting up the pedals with the app and start adjusting the settings. So yeah, but there's so many so many pedals in here, things that I've bought over the years and accrued, and the amount of video content that's going to be, it's going to be like an avalanche very shortly of stuff, and it will be long form content will be going up every 2 days. At the moment, I'm in the middle of this YouTube Shorts kind of experiment thing. So the Shorts content I'm creating for YouTube Shorts, I can now use on TikTok, Instagram. I think I can use some of it on Twitter as well. So it's all kind of, it's momentum, and I'm very grateful that everything at the moment on the channel in the analytics side of things is all going upwards and green. If it was going downwards and red, then I've got a problem, but it's all going upwards and green, so it's all good. And I can only say thank you to you fine people out there, because you're the ones doing it, you're the ones driving it. I just create the content. What happens once it's released out to the public, that's your job. Martin, I think we need a pedal board tour on a live chat sometime soon. Yes, we do. I've kind of done a small one, I think a couple of weeks back when we did the demo live chats, the 2 in 1 day. I kind of showed off the pedals that were on the small board. So when I'm doing like a pub gig or like a wedding or something where I don't need all the different sounds that I use with Uncle Funk, but it's like a general covers thing. I did show that sort of small board, but the bigger pedal train thing, yeah, that's a different thing entirely. There's probably about 10 pedals on there. So yeah, give me a week or two, and once I decide exactly what I'm going to have on there going forward for the festival season, I might even do it as part of a live chat. I did ask, I think, on the community tab if people would rather I did that video as a long form content video for here on the channel, or whether we do it as a live chat in real time. Most people said, oh, I'd rather have it as a regular video. So maybe it'll be both. Maybe I'll do the live chat, film it while we're doing it, and then add to it after the live chat's finished. That's a possibility as well. So yeah, I might have 2 cameras set up. So we'll have one doing the live chat as we do now, and a second camera filming, and then I can use that content when I start pulling the video together. I don't know why I'm doing things like that. Cool. I think we're up to date on the live chat comments and questions. So yeah, so gigs wise, got a gig this weekend, Hampton Court Palace, which is a wedding. It's obviously a pricey wedding to be at Hampton Court Palace. That's with a general sort of wedding covers band. And I'm getting to perform with a guy I've known for, actually we haven't known each other that long, maybe 10 years or so, but we've known of each other for over 20. And he plays in a very busy covers band here in London. And we've crossed paths once or twice. I haven't seen him physically since 2017, but we've never actually done a gig together. He's tried to get me to be a dep in their band numerous occasions, and either I've been busy, or what happened last year, he booked me on a gig or two, and then didn't know their bass player had booked someone else. I was double booked. I didn't do the gigs. So he's actually on this function band on Saturday. So it should be an absolute blast. So that'll be good fun. Graham, evening. Good to see you. Hope you're good. So that's this week. And then next week I've got 21st Century ABBA in Newbury. I think that's a young farmer's ball. I dread to think I've done many of those in my time. So that's on Friday. And then the week after that, I've got Queen. I think I've got one, or have I got two? One or two. Then something has come into the diary in the past couple of days for the 20th. Then it goes a bit quiet. Then we hit Uncle Funk festival season. It's going to go ballistic. So over the summer, I've got Uncle Funk, got Queen tributes, ABBA tributes, a couple of wedding covers gigs, and lots of YouTube, of course, goes without saying. So yeah, actually, while I'm saying thank you to people for watching videos and what have you, subscribers, commenting on videos, thumbs ups, all of that's fabulous. Thank you to the people buying the merchandise. I see there's an app that connects to the merchandise sales. I keep seeing that tick over as people buy things. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. If you're thinking of buying some merchandise, I need to do the sell. I've completely forgot to tell you. So if you watch or keep tabs on the social media channels, you'll know at the moment it's 20% off all merchandise, whether you're UK and Europe or US and worldwide. If you're thinking of buying some merchandise, now's probably a pretty good time. 20% off everything. So whether you're looking at clothes, caps, headwear, beanie hats, mugs, bags, anything, 20% off absolutely everything. So like I say, if you've been looking at the merchandise over recent weeks and thinking, yeah, quite like that, but wait until there's an offer on, well, there's an offer, and it runs out, I think, let me just very quickly check. I think it runs out at midnight tomorrow. So let me just check that rather than give out false information. Promotion, that's what we're looking at. price and promos. Here we go. Yep, so 26th of the 4th. So at midnight tomorrow night, that 20% offer ends. There isn't another promotion for about 2 to 3 weeks, from what I can see on here. So yes, if you were thinking of buying some merchandise, then like I say, now's a good time. I can show you some of the other designs. The regulars will have seen these, but I'll show them anyway. So the bags are elsewhere. I think my other half is using the bag. The mug is being used for tea. We have a rampant tea drinker in this house, and it's not me. So then we've got the big colourful logo made up of lots of GB Rumour outlines filled with lovely, wonderful colours. So that's the long sleeve baseball shirt. They're not all available in just the blue, navy with white. There are black, grey, all sorts of colour combinations. And then we've got one of the regular t-shirts in royal blue, the big logo. So yeah, but there's a number of different designs. I think there's 7 or 8 on the page. So feel free to have a look. Links are in the description box. Take your time. But like I say, it's all on 20% off this week. Well, this week until the end of play tomorrow. So whether you're in the UK, in Europe, in the US, anywhere in the world, it's 20% off. There's no special deal on the delivery at the moment. That was last week, or the week before, I think. Yeah. So there are numerous sort of promo campaigns they do every month. So 20% off. It when it goes in your basket and you see the 20% off, it's a little softener. You know, it's not too bad. Saul Watson, good to see you. Welcome. He bought a t-shirt. He bought the t-shirt version of this. Tell the world, Saul, how was your t-shirt? Stacey, you helped design these. How's your t-shirt? Let me know. Martin Fay, he bought a t-shirt, I think. Or a long sleeve sweatshirt, I think. Can't remember. So many orders sort of flicking by. I miss who bought what, but I remember Saul definitely bought a t-shirt because he sent me the photo. Well done, sir. Hope it fits well. They wash rather well, I find, as well. And I have to say, so the mug came, when was that, middle of March? It's been in and out of that dishwasher every 2 days because we tend to do a dishwasher. There's only 2 of us here. It's hard to build up that amount of dishwashing, if you know what I mean. That white mug with the logo, the multi-base logo, has been in and out of our dishwasher. No fade. Whatever they're printing those mugs with, it works great. So very often you buy mugs with a printed design on. Over time in a dishwasher, it fades, kind of bubbles. Not these mugs. They're great. Really impressed. I've got a black one on the way with the new logo, the kind of particle looking base. If you go on the merchandise page, you'll know what I mean. And so I've got a black mug coming with that really colourful. I think it was, what did we do, Stacey? Purple, red, orange, yellow, kind of like sunset colours with a chrome edging. So that's coming. Bunch of t-shirts, some other clothing. It's all good. Saul, it's a splendid garment, Squire. That's what I like to hear. Happy customers. Excellent. I've tried to price all this stuff accordingly. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. The thing with the mugs have come out at like some ridiculous price, like £13. But because the mugs have a base price, I think I've literally added on £1 to the price of the mug. So there was literally, either I was selling them at base price, in which case why am I selling them? Because I'm not going to make anything out of it. Whereas the t-shirts, I can price them accordingly and they're more reasonable. But I mean, there's some people I've seen who have YouTube channels and they're charging upwards of £35 to £40 for a standard t-shirt, like a black t-shirt with a white print. And I'm thinking, no, we can do better than that. Yeah, the t-shirt is great. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Thank you. So it might well be over time, there might be like, I might do a promotion myself that's not instigated by Spreadshirt, where I'll just say, okay, we can take 30% off the price of the mugs. So I won't earn anything, but it will shift the mugs. Not that there's stock I have to shift, but it will just give you guys a chance to get an offer. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Neil Lad, I got a shirt as well. Haven't worn it yet though. Right, we'll get it on. Not now, obviously, but get it on at some point. Pictures, fabulous. Pricing is quite fair. Thank you, Stace. Yeah, I've tried to be as reasonable on it as I can, without being over the top. I mean, I balk at paying 35 quid for a band t-shirt when I go to gigs, but sadly, it's the way it's going, especially with COVID and cost of living and fuel, and all the bands are charging a fortune for their merch. I can't charge that. I'm just a YouTube channel, but I'm trying to keep it as sort of under reins as I can. So when you look at the merchandise pricing, please don't be lulled into some sense that I'm getting that price. I don't. I get literally like a crumb off of that, but with enough stuff sold, it goes into the melting pot and it becomes, hopefully over time, fingers crossed, a reasonable amount. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I don't know yet how much stuff is turning up in the merch shelf underneath the videos here on YouTube. I keep seeing that I think some people are only seeing like 3 or 4. I've had a huge long conversation with YouTube. They still haven't got it sorted. We'll just go with it as it is. If there comes a point where I change merchandise supplier, move to a different online store, I'll let you all know. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Just need to shut my office door. There we are. Oh, just bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. I had to leave my office door because I'm dog sitting. My father-in-law has been in hospital for cancer treatment, and my partner had just taken him from hospital to home, which is great news. But we're dog sitting, so I had to leave my office door open so the dog could come and go. Now I can shut my door and yeah, like that. So just going to grab a quick drink. Just bear me a moment. There we are. Martin, that new particle design looks great. Thanks, Stacey. She helped come up with that. She actually stayed up because of the time difference between UK and States. We were working on some new designs and came up with what I thought was a really good idea. And then I went to bed, called it a night. She carried on working. When I woke up the next morning, there was this design and I was like, oh my God, that's just amazing. So we'd taken the initial idea and she'd kind of run with it and done her own thing, and it just came out looking how you see. So yeah, Stacey, yes guys, let's get a load of snaps to Brooksy. Absolutely. So I'll put the address you can send snaps to. So it's the Brooksy's Base Corner Gmail. And you can send them to there, and I'll keep a stockpile. As long as you're happy with me using them on social media, that's cool. But I'll do little collages and stuff, and yeah. So you can send photos to that, or you can stick them. You can't do them on Facebook because I'm in control of the page. You can send them via Messenger. So whether you want to do it via Messenger to Brooksy's Base Corner on Facebook, or you can do it to my own personal Facebook. Just look for Mike Brooks. You'll find me. You'll see the picture of me with my status empathy with the LEDs on, and you can send them across on Messenger that way. So yeah, so here we are. It's 20 to 9 here in London town, here in the UK. This is Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat number 45. Hope you're all well. Hope your bass playing is frenetic and wonderful. If you've got any problems with your gear, any problems with your basses, if you're trying to set up a pedal board, trying to get a tone, a particular tone, maybe you've heard something on a record or a certain player. George Iliadis, good to see you from Australia. Hope everything's good. Sloppy when wet. If you had to choose between a wonderful wife or a really nice bass, what would you choose? 4 or 5 string? You don't want to get me into trouble at all, do you? I'd have to say wonderful wife, clearly. I think the basses would leave the building if I didn't. Can I have both? Is both a possibility? Yeah, let's not get into that. Right, 4 or 5 string. For me, 4. I'm more than happy with a 4. I don't do a whole load of playing with 5s. I've got several here, and occasionally I use them, or I get asked, you know, I might do a deck gig and they go, oh, well, our regular guy has a 5. And it's like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm happy going with that. But just if it's left to me and I can pick, I'll always go for a 4. A lot of my people ask me, why would you not use a 5? I've always thought if you've got a keyboard player in a band, you don't need to have a 5-string bass player, because the quality of the tone from a keyboard playing those low notes is always going to be better than it coming from a 5-string bass. I've had arguments with people. I don't care. I've been in a studio situation with a keyboard player doing 5-string bass. It just always sounds better. Because it's almost like those low notes need to be clinical for the tone to come out. Now, obviously, I've got a Dingwall here. I've got some 35-inch scale 5 strings. I love all their tones. But if you've got a keyboard player and he's got that facility to do the low stuff on a keyboard, it's still going to sound better out front to the public than it will if a bass is doing it. But if you haven't got a keyboard player, or you just want the bass to be doing it, there's plenty of great basses, you know. The Dingwalls do a fine job. One of the best low Bs I've heard on any make of bass. I've tried lots of Dingwalls and they're just consistently great because of the multi-scale length, fan frets, the technology, the way Sheldon and his team design their basses to get the best fundamental out of a low B that you can possibly get. And it pretty much works. But then again, if I play my GB Rumour, which is 35-inch scale, that low B is incredible. So, you know, Lakeland, 5 strings, again, 35-inch scale, sound great. So I'm not saying that a 5-string bass can't do it or shouldn't do it. I'm just saying if there's a keyboard player and they're willing to cover that low area, that's great. It means I can just play a 4. So that's my my take on that, sloppy when wet. But yes, we'll go with the wonderful wife rather than the bass. All right. Yeah. I think we're up to date on all the messages there. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's liking the videos and following from Instagram. That's a new thing for me. Spent ages, and I actually mentioned this on last week's live chat, that for ages I couldn't get any reels to work on Instagram. And what it was I was using the wrong audio format. So my videos would play with no sound. I couldn't work out why. Done multiple Google searches, you know, why isn't my sound working? All the help pages said exactly the same thing. Update your drivers, clear the Instagram cache, close your app down, restart. No, what it needed was eventually on about the 4th page of a Google search, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, someone wrote up what the formats for Reels in 2023 on Instagram were. Lo and behold, the audio format had to be AAC. I'd never read that anywhere before. And what was happening? All my video content that I've been making for YouTube, I've been doing in Dolby, because if you record in AAC, a lot of the low resonance and harmonics playing bass start to distort in AAC format. You go into Dolby, you don't get any of that. So since, I'd say, late 2020, all my YouTube video content, whether it was shorts or longs, was in Dolby. And that's why they weren't working. All I needed was that help page, which told me what the audio format needed to be, what the best resolution was, and the fact that all reels need to be above 30 frames per second. That's all I needed. Could I find it? No. But anyway, we got it sorted. So I've had a vast increase in followers and likes on Instagram. So if you've been one of those people, thank you very much. I think George Iliadis, you may well be one of those people. Martin, I know you were liking some of the videos and stuff. So thank you. You know, all adds up. All adds up to the momentum for the channel. So it's all good. So yeah, where are we? It's 9:15 here in London. Hope you're well. Welcome to Brooks's Bass Corner live chat number 45. If you've got any problems with your bass or your gear or your pedals, or a lead is giving you problems, or your XLR DI out on your amplifier is dicking around, let me know. If I can help, offer some advice, or if I can't, one of the learned, trusted people here on the live chat might well know the same problem and might know what the solution is. If you've got any questions about effects, pedal boards, getting the order of the pedals right on your pedal board, maybe you're looking at a new amp, maybe you're looking at a new bass, maybe you're looking at new pedals in order to get a certain sound or a certain tone. Maybe you've heard a sound on an album, you've got a favorite track, you want to try and replicate that, let us know. If I can help, I will. That's what I'm here for. Let's see, I think we're up to date, aren't we? 8:39. Yes, we're up to date. Very good. So yeah, so let's know what people are looking at since NAMM happened. I think that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Anything on there catch your eye, guys? Anything that you think, oh, Mum's watching and listening? Hello, Mum. My mum. She got the live chat bug 2 weeks ago. She didn't know, this is the best bit, she didn't know that the world could see the comments that she was posting in the live chat box. She thought that was just me and her. So well done, Mum. So this week, be a little more restrained, all right? So just go with the flow, watch what the chat does. So yeah, so just be aware the world is watching, and not only is it just the people on this live chat, that live chat stays up forever. So just be a little thoughtful in what you type in the live chat window, Mum, all right? So, yeah. You throw me a curveball now. I wasn't expecting that to pop up. There we go. So getting back to the big sell. So if you're new to live chat, welcome. The way this works, I'll say this for my mum as well. She gets an education. Right, so this is the video window. If you're on the mobile app, so on a tablet or mobile phone, the live chat window is below here. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way, okay? So the way this works, put your cursor or your pointer in the live chat window, type your comment, question, remark about any of the videos here on the channel, press send, it pops up here on my live chat window. As soon as I see it pop up, I'll try and respond to it, or I'll wait until there's a bunch of them and I'll do them in one hit. The bottom of the live chat window, you'll see an emoji icon. Feel free to give that an absolute leathering, because the YouTube algorithm loves the fact that people use emojis and it looks like you're getting involved in the conversation, even if you're not. The fact you've added some emojis to the conversation gets the algorithm in a happy place. Just along from the emoji icon, you'll see a dollar symbol. That's called Super Chat. That allows you to make a financial contribution to the channel if you wish to do so. It's a free video. Watching this is free, doesn't cost anything. If you like the video or you like the content here on the channel, feel free to hit the Super Chat button. Underneath this video, you'll see a row of icons. There's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. The thumbs up is fabulous. If you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you give it a thumbs down, maybe you don't like the video, don't like the way I present, let me know. Leave a comment. I can't change it if you don't tell me. Next to it, you'll find a share arrow, so you can share this video out to social media and email. You'll then find a save button, save facility next to it. That allows you to save the video and watch it at a later date. You'll then see a love heart with a dollar symbol. That's called Super Thanks. Exactly the same thing as Super Chat, but it exists on every video here on the channel because the channel is monetized. So if you're enjoying a particular video or just enjoying the content on the channel, hit the Super Thanks button. Allows you to make a financial donation to the channel so we can keep going, keep doing all the reviews and videos and demos and interviews and feature videos and all of that. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit the red subscribe button underneath the video. please hit the thumbs up. Again, give the video a thumbs up, that'd be great. And also hit the notification bell so you get notifications when new video content comes up on the channel or when I'm posting on the community tab. In the description box below the video, you'll find links for merchandise for a UK and Europe store and a US and worldwide store. 20% off all merchandise up until midnight tomorrow. So you've got the rest of this evening and through tomorrow, give you 20% off everything across both stores. You'll also find affiliate links in the description box. There are affiliate links for Thomann, which is Europe based, but they ship worldwide. There's also Amazon.co.uk and the various European Amazon stores. And then also a US and worldwide Amazon.com link. Basically, those are storefronts that I filled with bass goodies. So there are basses, amplifiers, speakers, combos, effect pedals, accessories, gig bags, strings, leads, straps, tuners, a million things in there. If you click on the affiliate link in the description box based on your location, so Europe and UK, US and worldwide, go through to the storefront, find a product you're after, add it to your basket, go through the sale. Once the product's sent out to you, the channel receives a small affiliate commission. It's not a big amount, it's a small little part of the sale price, but it comes back to the channel. Let's think. Done that. If you're looking to follow us on social media, you'll find links in the description box as well. So you find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Be Real, Reddit, Quora, TikTok, and Discord. Yeah, that's everything up to date, I think. I thought I did that quite quickly. That was well done, Mike. Good one. Right, George, played an Ibanez Musician yesterday. It was great, the active model. Have you played one? I played one many years ago. And they have always been great basses. They fell out of favour, kind of, I don't know, they kind of had a peak time when Sting was using them. So sort of through the late 70s, early 80s, Ibanez were riding a hell of a trail back then. So you had Ibanez, Aria and Yamaha were producing far better instruments than Fender were out of America. And the Ibanez Musician is a perfect example. But it kind of fell out of favour around about kind of mid-80s, late 80s. They weren't trendy. There were no big players using them at that point. But they are great. And that's why they've kind of become a bit collectible. Speak to Dave Swift. He's got hundreds of Ibanez basses and many Ibanez musicians. I think he's collecting all of them. But yeah, they are great. Good spot, George. Yeah, they are. Ibanez stuff is... I don't think I've ever played a bad Ibanez bass. Even the cheaper end, mid-range, expensive stuff, I've always been pretty impressed. Both with the quality of the craftsmanship, the tone, playability, balance. They're always a joy to play. I've never had a bad playing Ibanez. Martin, I received an email from Line 6 earlier today and they're releasing new firmware for the Helix. Owning an HX Stomp is like getting a new pedal board every 6 months. Does that mean you then have to tweak all your presets that you've created? Is that a thing? I don't own an HX Stomp. I did a review of one 3 years ago when we were in lockdown, but I didn't get to take it out on gigs. We weren't gigging. So I don't know how that all works. Does it affect any of the presets that you've already got? Does it clear your presets? Do you have to go back in or redump? I don't know. Can you download your presets and put them back in? I don't know. A lot of effects units used to, like rack mount effects. I've got PV bass effects there. You used to be able to put a ROM cartridge in. You could save all your presets, take the cartridge out. If the unit ever went down or it lost your presets, you put it back in. Tom Sage, have you got a link for Discord? Yeah, 2 seconds. What, as in the app or the software, do you mean? Or do you mean the Brooks's Bass Corner part of it? Let me see. I need to go back out on my desktop. Just bear with me a moment, guys and girls. Let's see if there's a share button in here. I turned it off while we're doing the live chat, so let's have a look. Brooks's Bass Corner server. Create an invite. Yeah, I can create an invite. How about that? Okay. where are we? Here we go. Here you go, guys. It's an invite to the Brooks's Base Corner server on Discord, apparently. So if you want to join up on there, a couple of people mentioned it a few weeks ago, and I thought, well, I keep hearing about Discord and it becomes a thing. So if you want to hit on there, and basically I leave it running here on my machine through the day. So in between live chats, if you want to have a chat about something or you want to ask me something, maybe you've seen something in one of the videos and you'd rather do it in real time than send a message via social media or the community tab, you can do that. Use it for the day trading. There you go. Feel free. Stacey, sloppy moment. Oh, she's having a good laugh. Very good. Very good. You have a good old laugh. Martin, no existing presets are still intact. Okay, good. Yes, you save your presets, update the firmware, and then restore. Okay, good. Tom Sage, Brooks's Base Corner. I'm on it, but couldn't find it when searching. Okay, using it for right. Got you. Okay, let me know if that link works. If it doesn't, I'll go back in. I think it's working. I did. I can set this link to never expire. Yeah. Let me check. This is the same one. So both of these will get you on there, but the second one is a link that will never expire. So if you're watching this live chat in like 2036, if I'm still alive and doing these, but if you're watching this particular video and you see that link fire up in the live chat, it should still work if Discord is still running at that point. It says invite has expired. Can someone click on the second link and let me know if that's working? Tom's put thumbs up, so I'm guessing it has, but in case it's not, try the second one, Martin. Let me know. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the old stomach in. I had my dinner not too long before live chat started. I was running a bit late, so if I suddenly look like I'm, Percy the pot-bellied pig, it's not. It's my dinner's in there and it hasn't gone down yet. And also I'm wearing a t-shirt under here because sometimes find on these live chat I'm not doing anything. I'm sat in a chair. And you get a little bit chilly even though the heating's on. So it's a t-shirt underneath a long sleeve t-shirt, but I feel very comfortable. So, but because it's all kind of snug, it shows the lumps off, as you can probably tell. I'm not pregnant, I promise. And it's not wind either. So it's all good. Anyone click that second link and confirm that works for Discord. Very good. Neoland, you're there. I can see you. There we go. There we are. Tom, yes, it worked. Excellent. Good. There we are. So yeah, I'm new to Discord. I'm going to learn it all as we go. So don't expect anything riveting on there other than me just posting messages. So many things flying off that Discord page. It's like learning it as I go. Lewis Wingrove, good to see you. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope everything's good over there in California. Yeah, so there's Tom. Excellent. Great. You'll have to educate me, Tom, on Discord at some point. Tell me how it all works and what it does and how you get the most out of it. So all is good. Stacey, second link is fine. Thank you. That's grand. Good. Any new purchases, Lewis? Every week you've bought some. Oh, and I need to tell Lewis, obviously, clearly. I bought the Aftershock. I threatened to do it last week and I did it. Although I wasn't particularly inspired by DPD, the courier company. So I bought this via GAC here in the UK. They sent it, turned it around in less than a day. DPD were due to deliver it. I then get a message on my desktop saying, oh, we couldn't deliver it. You were out. I wasn't out. I was sat here waiting for the guy to pull up. Basically, our local courier couldn't be bothered to drive up the road and come to our lane. He decided to leave not just my package, but loads of people's packages here in our village at a local store. And the guy at the store said, "You're meant to take it to them, not just leave it here." And he said he thought he was all right to do it. I said to the shop owner, "Report him. He's not delivering anything." And he said, "No, I've had like 10 other people have come down here because they've had the same alert that you have, that the DPD driver hasn't delivered it and you need to come and pick it up tomorrow." I said, "Exactly." I said, "He just hasn't bothered driving up the hill." Laziness. I was up late. No, just Lewis Wingrove, a fine friend here. I was up late taking apart some pedals for decorations. Explain, Lewis. What does that mean? You're taking pedals apart. Taking apart some pedals for decorations. Okay. Martin, I just saw you there on Discord. There we go. Excellent. There we are. So we're not moving live chats onto Discord. We're doing this here. But Discord is there for other days, other times when obviously we do live chats on Tuesdays. And actually, I should say, preempting festival season, get ready for some impromptu live chats. So I'm hoping there's going to be quite a few on gigs. I'm going to have to pick when I do it very carefully, because as I explained last week, I did an impromptu live chat at a gig on, well, it was just before Christmas, wasn't it? And we were backstage prior to a gig. And in the video, in the live chat, there was music playing in the background out in the main hall where we were playing. And I didn't find out till the day later that the YouTube algorithm had picked up on that piece of music. And I now have to share any advertising revenue on that impromptu live chat, which there won't be much, with the guy who wrote Love Train by the OJs, because that was playing in the background. And yeah, so the algorithm can pick up music on any video. And if that, if the publisher and writer of that music wants royalties for performance on any video, you won't know about it until after the event. So you've got to be a bit careful. Problem is, if I'm doing loads of festivals, there's always going to be music in the background, but we'll see. We'll see. But there will be impromptu live chats when I'm on festival gigs and live gigs, especially if I'm there like really early. I'm going to be there all day. We can kill some time together. I might even be able to get some famous people on the live chat. So stick around. If I'm doing any gigs with some big names, and I know them already because I've interviewed them in the past, then we'll see. I might have some surprises for you. Okay, Lewis, putting labels on, it's easy when the cover is empty. Got it. Understand what you mean. Graham, Mike, have you checked out the Source Audio Neuro Hub? Not yet, and I will. Life has been a little hectic here in the last 7 days. Can't divulge any more than that at the moment. I will further down the line, but things have been a bit hectic. So I haven't even got these pedals, apart from taking a photo which went up on social media. I've done nothing with these pedals yet. It will happen, I promise. At the moment, my priority this week is, I did a list, hold on. I've got a list for tomorrow. Film 10 new shorts, edit, get them ready for uploading. Amazon videos for affiliate sales. I need to do that. I'm going to lose my Amazon.co.uk affiliate status if I don't get these videos up really quick. So I don't like pleading, but if any of you were considering buying anything base related from Amazon.co.uk, like in the next 2 to 3 weeks, please use my affiliate link, because if I get enough purchases, they won't remove it. But I'm coming up towards the 6-month boundary where if I don't have enough sales, they'll take that affiliate link away. And I have to wait a couple of months before I can reapply. It does then mean all the affiliate links for Amazon.co.uk I have to take down off all the videos. because it'll just be a dead link. There won't be anything there. So if you were thinking of buying a set of strings or a new strap or a tuner for your bass, like a headstock tuner, anything bass related, new gig bag, pedal, if the price is competitive, if you do me the honor and the favor of using a Brooks's Bass Corner affiliate link in the description box, you'll find that link on any video on the channel. They're all there. I checked, it works. It will take you through to the UK Amazon Brooks's Bass Corner store. If you can go through with a small purchase, even if you think of just buying a bag of picks, as long as you don't already have the item in your basket, you click on the link in the description box, takes you through the Brooks's Bass Corner, find the link, find the item you want, add it to your basket, pay for it, channel gets an affiliate commission. So even if you were just buying a packet of picks, although you might want to spend 20 quid so you get free postage, if you can help, please, it would be most appreciated. I'll give you a shout out on the channel if you let me know that you've done that. Might even do a competition shortly with some Brooks's Bass Corner swag. So if people can help with the affiliate thing, it's very much appreciated. So no, Graham, I haven't used that Source Audio Neuro Hub. I will, and actually could make a good video. I haven't even checked out if there are videos on YouTube doing that. There probably are, but I might do that. So I assume you already have. So if you want to have a chat about it, or if you know some stuff that you think I should know before I sort of delve into that, let me know. Tom, I'm new to Discord too, but we'll have a play tomorrow while working. Excellent. Good man. Lewis, I used some $20 hookup stickers. Jeremy Klein, the Jeremy Klein, the artist for Tony Hawk's skateboard. So it's basically cartoon smut. Okay, that's all right. Each to their own, my friend. Plus, I like 100 skateboard decks. Very collectible. I'm selling those soon. 100 plus just for the wood. Wow. Okay. I know nothing about skateboarding, mate. So you're educating me here. You educate me every week, frankly. If it's not pedals, it's skateboards. Excellent. Good stuff. There's a couple of regulars we haven't seen for a while, isn't there? I haven't seen Joe Goose for a while. There's a guy, I can't remember his handle name. Begins with C. I'll know it if he pops up. There's a couple of people we haven't seen for a few weeks, so maybe they'll come back at some point. So here we are. It's 9:10 here in Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat number 45 in London town here in the UK. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I won't say good night because that would imply we're off. We're not. Wherever you are in the world, I hope everything is good with you. Hope your bass playing's making you really happy. Hope you're out gigging, if that's your thing. If you've got some gigs coming up, let us know where you're playing. If you're UK based, what have you got? Some of us might come and see you. That's always a thing. Trying to think what I've got public wise that people can come to. We have a quick look on my online diary. So you can't come to this week's gig because it's a wedding, and next week is a private function with ABBA. But let's get into May. I've got, oh no, that's private as well. We're doing well, aren't we? That's private. Okay. A possible Queen gig, I think down the West Country towards the end of May. Okay, here we go, into June. I've got a gig with Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno in Chipping Camden, an event called the Olympic Games, OLIMPICK Games. I don't know what the event is about, but it's a public event. So if you're based near Chipping Camden, which I think is near Gloucestershire, Worcestershire way, come say hello if you're in the area. I'm now doing a gig on June the 3rd, Saturday, at the Claddering in Hendon. Haven't played there for a couple of years. I used to play there every week and sometimes more than once a week for many years. Playing there with a band called Blow, who are good friends I've known for many years. So I'll be at the Claddering late gig. I think it's a midnight start on the Saturday night, June the 3rd. It's the night of the FA Cup final here in the UK. So if you're in North London, fancy come and say hello, feel free. We got after that Cambridge Club Festival. I think we're opening the show, or certainly we're opening the main stage, I think, at 6 p.m. on Friday the 9th of June. We are I think the main opening act before Grace Jones later that evening. I think Alexander O'Neill is on after us. So it's us, Alexander O'Neill, Grace Jones. So that's on Friday 9th of June. That's at the Cambridge Club Festival. We then got the Soltasia Festival in Promenade Park in Malden in Essex on Saturday the 10th of June. It's a public show. What else we got? Got a Queen event in Plymouth on the 24th of June. It's a Saturday. I don't know if that's public or private. I don't have all the details. Public gig. Oxted Festival, Friday the 7th of July, Oxted, which is just south of the M25 on the south side, at Master Park. So we're there. Then we're at Camper Jam Festival, which is at Weston Park, Weston under Lizard, in Shifnal, which I think is sort of heading towards Telford way. So it's Camper Jam Festival on Saturday the 8th of July. We've got Legends Festival on Friday the 14th of July, which is at Cromer Hall in Cromer in Norfolk. Then we're at Stand and Calling in Hertfordshire on Thursday the 20th of July. Following day, 21st of July, Friday, Chidfest down near Brighton. And then we're at the Collective Festival at the Walled Garden in Raynham Hall in Fakenham, which again is Norfolk. So that's Saturday 29th of July. So I'll stop there, go through my diary for the rest of the year. But that's enough for a couple of months through the summer. So if you're anywhere near any of those festivals and you fancy coming to say hello, hanging out, have a beer maybe, let me know. If you can't get tickets, or for whatever reason it's sold out, or what have you, let me know. Chances I can sort a guest list pass out, so no problem. Sloppy, oh, there's a couple here, aren't there? Sorry, I didn't see those pop up. Lewis, next pedal is either the Boss SY200 synth or the Source Audio Zeo preamp. You talked about that last week. That Zeo preamp looks really good. I might have to check one out next time I'm at the bass gallery in Camden. Sloppy when wet. There's a few bass MXR pedals on Amazon at the Mo that Amazon are offering 0% payments on over 5 months. Okay, one deal I did see, I can't get my version out because it's in the box that's over there, is they're selling, actually on amazon.co.uk, the Boss GEB7, which is a graphic equalizer for bass. They're selling it, I think, at about £99, which is about £10 to £20 cheaper than most places selling it brand new that I can find here in the UK. Seems like quite a deal. I'm going to do an affiliate video tomorrow for this. I think it's still on offer. And I've not done any proper affiliate videos yet, so it's a bit of a trial by fire. We'll see how it goes. But if you're looking for a flexible, small EQ pedal to have on your pedal board, the Boss one, I know loads of people that use the guitar version. I know quite a few bass players have the bass version, which is why I bought one recently. 7-band graphic, tailored to bass frequencies. So you can get some glassy highs. I can't remember what the top, I think it's like 12k maybe. Can't remember. It looks like a great pedal, and Amazon are doing a deal on it. I think it's £99. So if you're looking for one, go to the Amazon affiliate link in the description box, amazon.co.uk, and check it out. I think I put it already in the store. I think it's already there. So you should see it. Lewis, after a week of shopping for a new practice combo, I decided to just keep my Ampeg Rocket. They're great combos, Lewis. I did a review of one last year for Bass Player magazine. And they're great. Really good. Really good. I'm going after the Mesa Boogie Subway WD800 Hybrid. You do like your Mesa Boogie stuff, and quite right. It's good stuff. Came to the conclusion that 200 watts is too loud for my flat. So what the heck 800 watts? Yes, quite. If you're just practicing at home, you don't need to be going over the top. Your neighbours aren't going to be very happy. And the only person who's listening to it is you. So, yeah, you don't probably need that. The Ampeg combo is perfectly adequate for home practice. I know I ran loads of my basses through it. I played a couple of 5-strings through it. It sounded great. Sounded really good. Yeah. Grab a quick drink here. So yeah. So what other new gear has people been buying out there? Let me know. If you bought anything that you've seen at NAMM or you saw reported on social media or what have you. Did something catch your eye and you've gone ahead and bought it? Let me know. Let me know if you've bought something and it's been a real letdown. That can happen. And try something in the store and you think, oh, it's great. Get it on a gig and it sinks. It doesn't do what you needed it to do. The Ashdown did have you intrigued. The Ashdown. What are we talking about? Combo? Studio combo? Something else? What are we talking about, Lewis? Let me know the model. Martin, I went shopping for a sensible practice rig and ended up with an Ashdown 600 watt head of doom and a GK 210 cab. 210 cabs, I tell you, I've got a couple here. I've got the EBS Pro line, which weighs a ton, and I've got the Neo 210. I've also got a 210 Hartkey 200 watt combo. I love 210 cabs. I've always thought they're great, and certainly if you've got a head that allows you to multi-stack 2 or more 210 cabs, it's a great way to go because you can add and take away depending on what you need on a gig or rehearsal or home practice. It's a great way of doing things. I know a few pro players who basically have a stock. They find the brand they like, whether it's Mark Bass, Hartkey, EBS, GK, whatever, and they'll just buy loads of 210s. And Russ, who was on here last week, Russ Hollinshead, he was well into his EBS amplification, quite right too, with his GBs. And he had, I think, was it 4? I think he had 4 210s or 6 or 8. He had a multiple setup. And it was like a wall of EBS 210s. It was right up my street. I was very envious. Love the idea of that. Lewis, I think the new Boss Katana bass is probably the best combo for a start. No. I've got one here. Did the review last year. Really good combo. Really good. If you want effects into your combo setup and what have you, I'm not necessarily sure it's the best combo. I thought the bass end was a bit lacking, but I think there are different spec combos. So I think I can't remember. I think I've got the 210 here. I think there was a 112. Am I right? I don't think there was a 15. Can't remember off the top of my head. But I thought the bottom end wasn't as tight as like some of the amps and cabs I've got here. But still a fine combo. And certainly if you want one with effects built in, it's a good way to go. And if you have no experience of effects, it's probably a good way to get on that sort of ladder and work out and play with effects, see what they do. Okay, how's that GK cab? Oh, right, you're talking to Martin. Very good. And guys, if you're having cross conversations here on the live chat, feel free to do that. It doesn't matter that you're not talking to me or I'm not talking to you. So, yeah. Lewis, I can't tolerate the yellow of Mark Bass. I don't mind it. Just kind of the tone of Mark Bass leaves me a bit uninspired. Mum's asking, where is the thumb? Well, you've already put it on there, Mum, so you've obviously found it. Yeah. Right, Lewis, thanks for your information on the Boss. That's okay. See, I don't have a way to... I don't have a way to put up images of reviews that I've done. Otherwise, I could just paste the review and you could see it. And I'm trying to think if they're... Bear with me 2 seconds, Lewis. There might be a copy of that review on guitar, well, on Music Radar. So let me, just bear me a second, guys. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I just need to check this. I can send him a link. We want that, and we want reviews. I don't know if I search for it, that's going to necessarily come up. So just bear me a minute, Lewis. Here we go. Got it. I had the 110 combo. That's right. Okay. I don't know how much of this review has been doctored or edited at Future Publishing for being put here on Music Radar. My name's attached to it. I would have written the bulk of the text, but I don't know how much of it's been changed. So let me put that up there for you. Hi, Patrick. Good to see you. Patrick Sweeney. Good to see you. So there you go. I want that, I think. There we go. Anyone following the football here in the UK this evening? Wolves are 1-0 up against Crystal Palace. Aston Villa are 1-0 up against Fulham. Leeds are 1-0 up against Leicester. All I've heard all day is how Leeds could go one way or the other tonight. So at the moment, they're doing it. But one goal. It's only one goal separating you. Lewis Wingrove, I really like that Ashdown kickback combo. But at 800, I'll toss in 400 more and go amp only. You don't need something that loud at home. Oh, we're talking about 800 as in $800. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Practice combos. God, I've had many through here over the years. I don't tend to, we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago. Someone was asking how I practice here at home. I tend, because my partner works from home as well. When she used to work in an office and I had the house to myself during the day, I could just plug in, make a din. It was great. But now, because she's working upstairs, she can't have all that bass end flooding through the ceiling, through the floor upstairs. So generally, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm learning stuff from scratch for a band I've never played with, then I'll set up my mixer over there and I'll plug a bass in, take a feed from my PC with the music or the sound that I'm learning, do it that way, all on headphones. If it's just running stuff that I already play with various bands, I know what the stuff is, I'll just listen on headphones on the PC. Bear with me. And I'll have one ear on and one ear off so I can hear what the bass is doing acoustically, because it's not plugged into anything, and I'll have the music coming through on the other headphone. So I don't tend to really use practice combos anymore. I have one in the garage for when I'm doing the workshop videos, so I can test stuff, but other than that, no, not really. Lewis, that Mesa Boogie is good for 2 ohms to 8, so it's powerful enough for playing with my buddy Eric. Excellent. He has a bad lander and a Tamer Rockstar. Can't go wrong with a Tamer kit. Tamer kit, sorry. My pronunciation lately. Patrick, Trace Elliott Elf and a 110 cab for home practice for me. That's pretty good. My Elf is in my gig bag over there. That's in the house. The big stuff is in the studio. Quite right. Martin, Lewis Wingrove, the GK cab is superb. GK gear is always great. It does have its own tone. It's not what you're looking for. Or the tone it produces isn't what you're looking for. I've got a GK MB200 just sat over there, used on many gigs and some really big gigs as well, with a 212 cabinet, and surprisingly blew my socks off. Couldn't believe how loud it was. Martin, so the GK cab is superb, works very well at low volumes, but really sings when you turn the wick up. The wick? What's that mean? That is seductive, that description of GK. You haven't read any of my reviews, clearly, Lewis. Feel free, Lewis, if you haven't ever checked out any of my reviews, if you go onto the Facebook page for Brooks's Bass Corner, I'm in the process of uploading everything I've ever written for publication. So all my bass reviews, my interviews, pedal reviews, amp reviews, it's all going up there. There's quite a few. And I think you've liked some of the posts that I've been putting on Instagram. It's the same stuff. But in Facebook, you can see the whole image. Whereas on Instagram, you can't always see the whole page of the review. Wick equals volume, Mike. Thank you. I thought it was a technical term and I'd missed out on it all these years. Well done. Sloppy when wet. Bought a Boss bass Wazza for Wazza? I don't know. For practicing. Absolutely amazing sounds and very clever tech. I think our guitarist in Uncle Funk uses one, Bobby Harrison. I think he's got a set of that. I think that's the headphones with the amps and stuff on it, yeah? I think. Yeah, he brings those to gigs and he'll warm up for 20 minutes before a gig with those. Cool. Share what sounds you get in there, Sloppy when wet. Tell us how you set it up. What sorts of bass sounds are you looking to create on there? Let us know these things. I had a very weird thing happen this afternoon. So a YouTube short video that I extracted out of a main video and created I don't know how long it was, 40-50 second short back in November. It did a bit of activity back in November, but nothing to shout about. Suddenly fired into action this afternoon. Racked up a load of views out of nowhere. I don't know why. YouTube short algorithm just decided it was going to push that video out to viewers, and people watched it. So thank you, YouTube. Very good. Patrick Sweeney, here's a question for everyone. We all play bass, but in what type of band's genre of music? Are we pros, amateur, weekend musicians, just play at home for fun? Right, well, I'll go first. Well, you know what I'm doing. So, yeah, professional for me. Professional for 28 years. Had a few part-time jobs when money got tight in the first couple of years. Then I did a stint of contract work at the BBC in IT in 2000, because all the gigs I was doing in my covers band, weirdly, I can't even remember why it happened. There was no reason. We were booked in on loads of like pub and club dates all over the place. And one by one, those places either stopped having bands or decided they weren't having bands for a couple of months. And our diary went from pretty good to nothing, literally over about 2 weeks. It just, every day there were cancellations. It was like, right, so what are we living on? I had no money coming in. So I managed to get a bit of IT contract work at the BBC for 3 months. And that was the last time I did a paid job that wasn't music. And then on top of the gigging, I've had the magazine writing. I did some agency work for a few years as an agent, booking bands into gigs, and now YouTube. So that's my story. Lewis, the only equalizer that I could do anything with was the Fender Champion 500. Apparently it's a legend that is only good for the effects loop or bypass that equalizer. Sounds great. Yeah, equalizers need to be a bit more flexible than that, I think. Yeah, that sounds like a great purchase. Tom Sage, long time since the Sugar Plums. Yes, well, I only did that for 3 years, but bizarrely, the drummer from that band, who's one of my oldest friends, Jamie Fisher, he and I have just done 2 gigs in the past month and a bit. We haven't played together for years, probably since, I think we were trying to work it out, 2007, 2008, maybe. Hadn't done any playing. We stay in touch and we've seen each other once or twice. But yeah, hadn't done any gigs, and now we've done 2 in the space of a month. It's great playing with him. He's a lovely drummer. Lovely drummer. But yeah, the Sugar Plums, that was 95 up till 98. Then I joined Cover Story. Okay, Stacey, play at home for fun. And for the neighbours, yes. Keep them entertained. Lewis, it was the worst I ever heard. Nasty, but use it as a dummy. It's perfect then. Very good. Martin Fay, very much an amateur here. Would rate myself as between beginner and intermediate. My tastes tend towards rock and metal. It's all good. You've got to start somewhere. If you want to get in the gigging and bands, you've got to put in the legwork before you go out and do that. You keep going, Martin. You play how suits you. So if you want to do more and you want to get out doing gigs and earn money, then you go for it. Lewis, I'm in the same boat as Martin. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Some of you may know or have seen here in recent weeks Jim Hawkins. So I'm going to be doing some lessons with Jim. We had a chat. David Gill, good evening. Nice to see you. Yeah, we had a very long video chat last week, last Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing some lessons with Jim. Jim's kind of in the same boat. He can play a bit. He wants to be able to get out and play and do some gigs. So it's not really theory. I'm not going to be teaching him theory because I don't know much theory. I'm not academically trained. And let's be fair, if you're going to want theory and stuff, you're going to go to Scott's Bass Lessons or some of the other well-established tutors. There's no point me starting to do that. But what I can do is teach people how to kind of get out there and how to play songs in a live setting and how to, you know, handle everything that can get thrown at you. And if you wanted to become a live player rather than just playing at home, I can give you those skills. I can sort of point you in the right direction. You need to do this, don't do that. Here's some warm-up exercises and things you can do before you play. And we're picking out like a whole list of songs that I've said basically I'll furnish him with a list of between 30 and 50 songs that he could play anywhere in the world in any covers band, directed by his taste in music and what he thinks he would want to play. We're going to learn up those songs and we'll see. And I've said, if you at any point you want to stop, you let me know. You want to carry on, we'll just keep going. And eventually you'll have a repertoire of loads of songs that if you went out and did an audition for a band, chances are they're going to do some of those songs. So we'll see how we get. We'll see how we get down the road, you know. And Jim might sort of come on here later on, so hopefully he will. David Gill, you play at home for fun, mostly gypsy, jazz and jazz. Played rhythm guitar in a band in Colorado, saw the light and now play bass. Welcome to the family. Lewis, I was able to build a guitar long before I started playing them. Very good. Notable skills. Stacey, whatever I wind up doing with bass, I will not be using an iPad at an event. I'm pleased to hear it. Thank God for that. Hallelujah. Stacey, loves 70s yacht rock. Would you believe it, Stacey? Young Gun Silver Fox announced a very large gig in London in September, and I can't go. I'm out gigging already that night. They picked a Saturday. Now, this is a band whose core audience are musicians. I think they might find there's a lot of people, regulars, aren't going to make their gig on the 23rd of September because we're going to be out gigging in September. Loads of people will still be out doing festivals. So, yeah, the first time I won't have gone to a Young Gun Silver Fox gig in London since Nell's in 2019. I've done every gig since. So Nell's, Jazz Cafe, Scala, Lafayette. That's it. Yeah. So I can't go. Here we go. September 23rd, exactly. Patrick Sweeney, I was a session musician for a while when I was in my 20s. Very good. Stories to tell, Patrick. Come on. Always self-employed, run my own business. Excellent. Always carried on gigging while bringing up a family. Splendid. More full-time bass player these days. Good. That's what I like to hear. Similar boat, you and I. Although I didn't have the session musician thing. I've always been adept. Always done that. But sessions in terms of recording, no. I've done a handful of recording work. But everything changed kind of from 2000 onwards, people were able to have decent Pro Tools, Logic setups at home. And I want to say, well, hopefully the YouTube algorithm won't penalise me for this. The arse end of recording fell out of the industry at that point because people could do it themselves at home. They could buy a bass, sit there and record themselves playing, and even though it wasn't very good, they could then fanny about with Pro Tools or Logic or whatever, Cubase, and they could alter everything. They just record it and make it sound like a proper bass player had done it. So that whole level of work just disappeared. And I've known some relatively big names who said they saw it happen, that their diary for recording work just dropped off a cliff. Well, I wasn't part of that when that happened. I wasn't that established at that point. So I've never known what that level of work could be like, but can't change it. It is what it is. Patrick, funk and soul is my thing, but I'll play anything when dipping. You mean depping? Cool. Yeah, I do most things. I don't do jazz unless it's, Marcus Millery kind of thing, but I'm not a jazzer. I do everything but and sort of full on metal. That's not my thing either, but heavy rock stuff, I have no qualms with that. That's all good. Depping, very good. Stacey, I do love me some James Brown. Yeah. Local radio DJ plays funk all afternoon here. The hair salon gets all funked up. That's it. Hot pets. Yes. That's it. What you gonna play now? I don't know. But whatever I play, it's got to be funky. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Hot pants smoking. Quite right. Very good. Right, here we are. It's coming up 20 to 10 here in London, UK. Hope you're all well out there. Live chat number 45 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. You're very welcome. If you've never been on a live chat before, feel free. You are amongst friends. We're a very friendly bunch. So this is the video window. If you're on the mobile app, live chat window is directly below here. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. Put your cursor or insertion point in the live chat window. Type your message, question, comment, press send. Pops up on my live chat window. As soon as I see it pop up, I'll respond to it. At the bottom of the live chat window, there's an emoji icon. Feel free to give that an absolute pounding. YouTube algorithm loves it if the emoji icon gets a pounding. Next to that, you'll see a dollar symbol. That's called Super Chat. Trying to remember. Super Chat. That allows you to make a financial contribution to the channel. If you wish to do so, you don't have to. The videos are free. If you like what we're doing, or you particularly like this live chat, or you like any of the content here on the channel, if you want to help it keep going, keep the content flowing, feel free to hit that Super Chat button. Underneath this video screen, you will see a row of icons. You'll see a thumbs up, so please hit that if you're enjoying the video. There's a thumbs down if you're not particularly enjoying the video. Got a problem with the video or my presentation style, then leave a comment. I can't make it better if I don't know what's not working for certain people. You'll then see a share button, which allows you to share this video out to social media. There's a save button, so you can watch the video at a later date. Next to that, you'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol. It's called Super Thanks. Exactly the same principle as Super Chat here in the live chat. So it allows you to make a financial contribution to the channel if you wish to do so. In the description box underneath the video, you'll find merchandise links to the UK and European merchandise store. You'll also find a link for the US and worldwide store. And up until midnight tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, 26th of April, Neil Fairclough's birthday, no less. Roger Taylor from Duran Duran's birthday as well. 20% off all merchandise worldwide. So everything in both stores, 20% off. So here you'll see a very nice long sleeve t-shirt with the one of the Brooks's Bass Corner logos on. There's a very fetching cap with the same logo. There's other t-shirts, there's bags, there's mugs, there's everything. It's 150 items plus in each for each design. So literally, there's loads of t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, tracksuit bottoms, socks, iPhone cases, bags, mouse mats. I mean, the list is endless. So if you fancy buying any of the channel's branded merchandise, 20% off until end of play tomorrow. You'll find affiliate links for Thomann, Amazon.co.uk and the European versions of Amazon, and a separate link for Amazon.com in the US and worldwide. If you're thinking of any base related purchases, so maybe a base, someone laughed the other week. They said, who'd buy a base through your affiliate link? You'd be surprised what I've seen pass through the affiliate links. So anyway, certain basses, amplifiers, speakers, combos, effect pedals, accessories, gig bags, strings, leads, straps, tuners, cleaning materials, cloths, sprays, polishes, all sorts. Click on the affiliate link in the description box, take you through to the storefronts for the affiliates. So it's Thomann, Amazon. There will be gear for music in the next couple of days. I just need to put the links up. Go through to the store, find the product, add it to your basket. If you then go through the transaction and pay for it, the channel will receive a very small affiliate commission for that sale. It keeps the channel moving and going. If you aren't already a subscriber to the channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications when new video content goes up here on the channel, and I make posts on the community tab. And give the video a thumbs up if you can. That'd be great. If you want to follow us on social media, you'll find links below for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Be Real. TikTok as well. And we're also on Reddit, Quora, Discord. I think that's it. Yeah. That was pretty quick. I did that quite well there. Well done. Okay, let's go back to the messages here. Patrick Sweeney, Stacey, I used to be in a 12-piece James Brown tribute band. No, you didn't, Patrick Sweeney. I'm jealous. Man, that was fun. I bet I'd love to have been in that. That'd been right up my street. Liz Wingrove, I'm getting older, damn it. My son is going on his first job interview. Well, best of luck, Wingrove Jr. Hope you get the job. Stacey, kick-ass 12-piece band, yeah. Happy early birthday to Neil Fairclough and Roger Taylor. Yeah. Great Tauruses, you see. Takes one to know one. So if any of you feel like sending me birthday cake, Friday is the day you need to be getting that here. 51 on Friday. Feeling every part of it. Got sore shoulder today. My knee's still giving me some jip. And the cough is still there. But doctors prescribed me an inhaler for a couple of weeks. We'll see how we go. But yeah, 51, eh? At least I got there. A lot of people didn't get this far, so all good. All good. Yeah. So I can see we've got 13 people on this live chat. It's not bad. 14. I just saw the number creep up. Welcome. If you've never been here before, you are very welcome. If you've got any problems with any bass gear, you want to ask some questions, maybe you've seen other content here on the channel, some of the videos, maybe you've looked at some of the interviews. You want to ask me any questions about the interviews? Feel free. You want to ask me anything about the time I was writing for Bass Guitar Magazine, Bass Player Magazine? Spans 18 years. So if there's any questions, maybe you've read some of the old content I wrote, you'd like to ask me about it, feel free. Maybe you've seen a particular bass review I did. I posted up the other day. There weren't, in all that time of doing the bass reviews, there were very few negative reviews. Something had to be fairly bad for me to not be happy. But there were two basses that came from a company called Adam Black. I don't know if Adam Black was an actual guy or what it is. But anyway, I had a look on their site now. There's no basses. They've got some like bass ukuleles, but they don't make electric basses anymore. Wind the clock back to 2005, I got a pair of basses. They were the very first products I reviewed in this house. So we just moved house and I had to write that copy the day before Christmas Eve and get it submitted. We'd been so busy with the house move, getting the house ready, hadn't done this review. The bases arrived on my doorstep. We were loading boxes in the removal van, and I had to sit and review those bases probably for about 5 or 6 hours, I think. Write it all up and send it to the editor because he needed it before Christmas, because that edition was going to the printers in the gap between Christmas and New Year. And I was really busy in that gap with gigs as well. But those 2 bases were shocking. They were so... I won't say they were so poor. They were obviously trying to cater for a niche, and they were in a particular price band. I think they were like 120, 130 quid. But the wood, the finishing was so rough. It was just like, who's made this? They must have known shortcuts had occurred. You couldn't pick the base up. It was like you were going to get splinters. It was horrible. That was the wooden one, the wooden finish one. The black one was better, but they just were not great. And I tried to be as positive as I could. Any review I wrote, I would try to be positive. If there was a problem or an issue, I would explain why I was being negative about it. So I wouldn't be negative about something unless there was a reason for it. So I had to explain what my reasoning was for it. But God, they were bad. They really were bad. Okay, what have we got here? So Friday's 51. Yes, Martin, 51. I have hemorrhoids older than that. Excuse me. Good to know. Thank you for sharing that. I've got some cream if you need it. Patrick Sweeney, youngster, very kind of you to say so. Don't scrub up too bad for 51. Actually, this is funny. So I don't think anyone on these live chats knows me from when I used to live in Scotland. So I used to live in a village in Aberdeenshire. I lived in 2 places up there, but the second place. And there were kids you knew at school, and I knew them by name, but I never really, they weren't friends of mine. But a couple of years ago, a guy I was at school up there wished a guy that I'd known up there happy birthday. So this must have been, God, it was before COVID. So it would have been maybe 2018, I think, 2018, 2019. So 4 or 5 years ago. So this kid was no more than about 2, maybe 3 years older than me. So now he would be like 54, 55. So take it back 5 years. He must have just turned 50. He looked like he was 70 years old. He looked like Father Christmas. Not a hair on his head. Huge bushy grey beard. And he done just turned 50. I was like, my God, what happened in his life? And so, yeah, I don't think I'm too shabby, you know. Anyway, Lewis Wingrove. Okay, just got him out the door. Good luck, kid. Yeah. Best of luck, Wingrove Jr. David Gill, was there any pressure to spin positively a review because they were a large advertiser? Never. Nope. Not at Bass Guitar Magazine. Never. I always said any review I did was taken on the bass or the amp or the pedals merits. And if any editor I wrote for had a problem with that, they needed to tell me. And all of them said no. As long as if you commented that something wasn't great or there was a detrimental aspect, as long as you can back it up, because no one wants my opinion. What they want is fact. So if something was, for example, so if you've seen the video, I talked about this the other week. So I have a bass here from Yamaha, which I need to get back to them. I've had it way too long, but they're fine. It's a cheap end instrument, and Yamaha aren't hard up for a few bob. So this is a Yamaha BB235. It's kind of towards the lower end of the BB series. So I did a demo and a review video here on the channel. If you've watched that video, I will put links in the description box. Any videos that I talk about that are already here on the channel, there will be links in the description box from tomorrow. If you've watched the review video, you'll notice that I talk about the hardware, the tuner. I can't remember which one it is, I think. Yeah, it's the low B. So If I play the G string, you might hear this, you might not. Yeah. You can hear like some rattling. It's not the strings, it's the B string tuner. So if I play the E string, for example, as soon as I go, you can hear that. Hopefully you can. It's the tuner rattling. It's you can't tighten it, even though there is a screw that you can't stop. It's the actual tuner itself seated in the like the holder here. Try and see if you can see it. Yeah. So it's that. And I say on the video, you know, that's the one thing that lets it down. Otherwise, it's really good bass. Lovely to play. Good tones. You know, good for the price. Really good bass to start out on, or if you need a backup. But that, it's a bad thing. So if I had done a review, I would have mentioned that and there wouldn't have been a problem because I was backing it up. It's fact. It's a bad piece of hardware. So no, I never had to put a positive spin on anything. So in the magazine world, a review is a review. It's how we find the gear that comes to us. You then have a separate thing called advertorial, which is when a company is either releasing equipment or what have you, and what they want is it's advertising the new products. It's called advertorial. So there's nothing negative mentioned. They've paid for it, but it's not a review. You're basically talking about the product as it is, but you're not going into any negative parts of it. So they've paid for that, but it's called advertorial, and it would say at the top of the piece, advertorial. I've only ever done 2 advertorials. One was for Bass Player magazine in 2019. I think it was a 1-page piece in the US edition, not the European edition, for tuners by, I think it was Graphtech. And they had like immense ratio number. They were a bit specialized. They seemed really good. I didn't actually have the products here. I literally had to go on the technical information, and the advertorial went into the US Bass Player. The other advertorial was a much larger piece that we did for Yamaha just at the start of COVID. I think it was on the online version, and the subscriber editions of the magazine, it came as like an insert. I think if you were a writer or you went and bought the magazine, I don't think it had it in it. I can't remember. Anyway, that was a big advertorial on Yamaha, their acquisition of Ampeg and Line 6. So there were a load of Yamaha bass reviews. Ampeg, they weren't reviews, they were features more than anything, but it was paid for advertorial. And that's kind of how that works. But no, I was never under any pressure to give something a positive review or a negative review. I tried my hardest on every piece of equipment that ever came here for review. I would either take out on a gig, a rehearsal, or a recording session. Sometimes that wasn't possible. If gear had to be turned around within a day, say if a guitar came in on a Tuesday, it had to go back out on Wednesday, I'd literally just have it here at home, play it, box it back up, and it was back out the door. Then when we did review days, either at Oyster House down in Exeter or in the bass stores, so we used to go to Bass Direct, we did Bass Gear out in Twyford when it was still around, Guitar, PMT, the Gallery in London. We'd go and review a whole load of gear all in one day. So obviously I can't take it out on gigs and you know, rehearsals and stuff. It's just the way it was. But no, never had to I never had to give anything a positive spin, ever. And I'll stand by any review that I wrote. It's it is what it is. And you know, we had companies that would complain. I remember doing a review for some, I won't say who it was or what it was, and it got really great review, and then they moaned because they didn't like the rating in one of the categories. And it was like, read the review, it's really positive about your product. Oh, well, we think it should get 10 out of 10 for value for money. It's like, that's your opinion, that's not my opinion. You've presented it for review. If we slated it, you'd have to accept that. The fact that's not the rating you want, that's irrelevant. You'd give everything 10 out of 10 if it was made by you. Of course you would. These are reviews. People take our reviews and consider them when they're going to buy gear. So if we say it's great and then they buy it and it's rubbish, they're going to send a letter, an email, or whatever into the magazine and say, oh, your guy said it was fabulous. It fell apart the day after. So thankfully, over the years, I actually got a lot of emails. A lot of them went to the various editors as well. And they would forward them on. People said, oh, I went and bought this because Mike said it was da-da-da. And lo and behold, he was absolutely right. And it did this and it solved the problem. And I need it for that band. And it just... So, yeah. So, yeah, I think... yeah, I think over 18 years, I mean, put it this way, people now send me stuff, although not a huge amount at the moment, but I need to chase up a few contacts. Based on the work I did, they're now sending stuff to me for review here on the channel. So I must have done something right. Yeah, okay. I think we covered that. Stacey, Patrick, we had a revolving door of singers for the James Brown tribute. I bet you did. Simply because no one naturally sings like him. No. And one gig would trash their voices for a few days. It's all screams and grunts. It's, yeah, Lewis, a kid looking like a little banker for a McDonald's interview. Best foot forward, Lewis. Always. Doesn't matter what you're going for. Go like you want the job. Chances are you'll probably get it. Patrick, we had guys from the Drifters and all sorts singing, all excellent singers. Did you have any of the guys that were recently featured on, what's it called, Stardust? Is it Stardust? Talent show on UK TV. They had a bunch of James Brown guys. One of the guys died, I think, before the programme aired. Crazy. Star by Stacey and Life Choices sometimes anyway. Yeah. George Iliadis, try ice baths. What are we talking about? Oh, for the shoulder or the knee? You will feel amazing. Just about to step in. Have a great day. Go. Cheers, George. Take it easy, my friend. Martin, well, I've never heard a tuner rattle. Very surprised at that from Yamaha. I can't believe it got through quality control. It could have happened during transportation, but still, they shouldn't have sent that to me from Yamaha UK with a tuner that sounded like that. But there we go. Rattle and strum. Perfect for a U2 tribute gig. Yeah. Yeah. Lewis, he got an interview looking like a stoner from 1970. Last. And he's looking sharp. Little man will shock them. He even got a food handling license before the interview. Good man. I have Graphtec base ratio tuners. There you go. I wrote the advertorial for that in 2019. They kick butt. They look really good. I never had the product here. They never sent me a sample, so I had to write it based on the press releases from the company and images I could get hold of online. I'd turn it around really quick. One turn is very effective and holds tuning well. I can't say I've ever seen them over here, but then I haven't been looking for them. But I know one of the guitar players for one of the guitar magazines over here got sent a set, and he put them on his Rotosound. What am I on about? Put them on his Les Paul. Apparently they were really good. That would probably been around the same time, so 2018, 2019. But I didn't get a set to have. I literally had to write the advertorial, and that was it. They are Canadian made. Okay, cool. Yeah. So that was them. That was them. Anyone with interest in the football? Wolves beat Palace 2-0. Aston Villa beat Fulham 1-0. And Leeds couldn't hold on to their win. 1-1 with Leicester. There we go. So we're just about to hit the 2-hour mark here on live chat number 45 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. You're very welcome. Bass guitar channel. So if you've got any questions about bass guitars, amplifiers, speakers, combos, bass accessories, effect pedals, strings, leads, straps, tuners, you want to talk about great bass players, bands with great bass players, albums with great bass lines on, feel free. That's what we're here for. Got any questions or comments, stick them in the live chat window below, and I'll reply to them as soon as I see them pop up. Lewis, I went to the company directly. We're talking about Graphtec tuning machine heads. They do custom orders. I got black and chrome, no extra charge. Good man. That's very good. So Monday, I'm going to see Duran Duran at the O2 here in London. Little birthday present to myself, of course. And there may be, I can't say any more because I don't know if this is going to happen. There is potential that I might be meeting John Taylor's bass tech, who I've had communication with for some time. If you've followed the channel, you'll know there's an interview that I held with John Taylor from 2015. It's on the channel. I'll put a link in the description box. I'll put it in the live chat window as well. Just bear with me a moment in case you want to check it out or have a look at it at a later date. 2 seconds, just call that up. There we go. So if you want to check out my interview with John Taylor from 2015, there you go. So in order to put that up on here, I had to get his permission, and through Duran Duran management and what have you, and through the lovely Sheldon Dingwall at Dingwall Guitars. Even Sheldon, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but anyway, he put me in touch with Bernie, who is JT's tech, and he did the business. He got me in touch with Katie Krasner at Duran Duran's HQ, and then she went to John, and he said, yeah, fine, go for it. So I've been in touch with Bernie about doing a rig rundown. So I'm not on the lookout for free tickets. I've already bought my ticket. But we've had a conversation and he seems quite amenable to it. So I dropped in the conversation. If the boss wants to come along, feel free. Now, I've never met JT, but obviously we've spoken on the phone, we've done the interview, and I know Don Brown reasonably well. He used to dep in my Green Day tribute band. Long time ago now, 18 years ago. But I'm not there to cause a problem, or I said, look, if I could do something with you with the tech for the YouTube channel, go through JT's gear and talk about the new Dingwall bass, take me through his effects board, see the back line, all that kind of thing. I said 10 minutes is great, you got 20 minutes, fabulous. Any longer, it's just all a bonus. I said, and if the governor wants to get involved, I'm not going to cause a problem, or I'm not going to fall to the ground in tears and go, oh my God, my heroes in front of me. I'll be professional about it. He said, no, leave it with me. So I'm just waiting to see what comes back. It might not happen. I would assume it won't. But with these things, sometimes you only find out on the day, like an hour before, and they'll say, do you want to come down? Meet me at such and such a door, and you can come and have a chat and check the gear out and what have you. But we'll see. I mean, it's probably, but we'll see. Anything can happen. I've been very surprised with lots of things in my career, and sometimes the things you think that is just not going to happen, and suddenly the phone rings or an email or a message, it's all on. Get here. And these things can happen. So we'll see. If I get some footage, if we get to see JT, great. I'll let you all know. Do a little video. Should be good. Martin, will you get a chance to try a John Taylor Dingwall? I would hope so. If we get to do a rig rundown and see the basses and stuff, that bass is going to be there in the rack. So, yeah, hope so. And I said to Bernie, I said, look, I'm quite happy to tie this in with a feature on the basses, because Sheldon's going to try and get, hopefully, I don't know if this will happen. One of the Cranberry 82 limited editions. Try and get one to me for review. I have a feeling I won't get one. I think I'll end up with like one of the production models that are coming out later in the autumn, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I'm intrigued by the preamp as well. It worries me that there's no mid control. I think it's just bass and treble. I think I need to look. I had a look at something the other day, and something struck me that there wasn't a mid. I think, but we'll have a look. Lewis Wingrove, I'm a big Graphtec fan. Love the bone nuts. I see you, Lewis Wingrove. No need for whalebone on my bass guitar. Quite right. Dingwall features dark glass tone capsules in case you want that sound into something else. The John Taylor bass features a specially tailored Neve preamp. It's not a dark glass tone capsule. This is a limited run of 82 basses to commemorate Rio. And there'll be a production model later in the year, which will be available in surf green, black, and like an ivory white, cream white, which I think was the Ducati white for the NG2s and 3s, I think. Anyway, Tom Sage, my cousin, got to head off, but thanks always. Might drop you a line on Saturday. Feel free, mate. I'm on a wedding gig on Saturday, so if I'm late responding, I'll try my best. I'll be here probably till about middle of the afternoon, maybe. Martin Fay, I have a Dingwall NG3, but the JT EQ is different. Yeah, in fact, how can you play bass without some tasty dark glass product? I've managed for many years. I do like dark glass stuff. I just don't need tons and tons of distortion and fuzz all the time, he says, with a Source Audio Aftershock on his desk. But yeah, to be honest, a lot of stuff I've ever used, I would have no need for dark glass effects. But the preamp, the tone capsule, I really like. Fingers crossed for JT. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. The story that should have happened was, I can divulge this because we're not really involved in the magazine anymore. So when Joel McIver took over as editor of Bass Guitar magazine, we sat down for a coffee not long after he'd taken over, and we were thrashing around ideas of what he wanted to do, what direction he wanted the magazine to go in, how he wanted to do it. And he said, is there a list of people you'd like to interview? So if they come up, I'll offer them to you. I said, yeah. I rattled through this list. John Taylor was very high on that list. I said, but I'll tell you what, if you want, I know Don Brown. I said, I can send him an email and we can get the wheels in motion to do an interview with JT. He said, oh, that'd be great. Joel had already interviewed JT before, but I don't know. I think it was an email interview. It wasn't actually in person. And lo and behold, a couple of months went by. I was out in Israel in Eilat doing the twice yearly trip that I used to do out there with my covers band. And while I was there, I was sat in my room, in my hotel room. I was doing the email to Dom to line up an interview with John Taylor when we got back. So this was September 2012. So by the time I got back in October, if we could do something, that'd be great. While I'm writing that email, an email pops in from my editor and basically said, are you still in Israel? I said, yeah, you know I am. I've got another 2-3 weeks to go. Yeah, oh, you're not going to believe this. We've just been offered an interview with John Taylor tomorrow. I said, how did that happen? He said, oh, he's just released them. He's releasing a book, which was in the Pleasure Group. And he's on a promotional tour and they've given us first dibs to interview him. And we're going to go big. So it's going to be front cover, big feature, going into his whole history and gear and albums and I was like, I said, well, I can't do it. Okay. I can't do it, can I? I said, unless you want to do it like a webcam thing. He went, no. He said, I'm going and we're taking Tina, the photographer, with us. but I need someone to do the bulk of the interview who knows their stuff. I said, I can't do it. So I just can't do it. He ended up taking Dave Clark, who at that time was the bass player in Uncle Funk. So Dave Clark got that interview. And then JT agreed to be at the London Bass Show in March 2014. And again, I was in Israel. And I had been the one that suggested we get him in for the bass show. On the way home from the bass show in 2013, in the car, Joel said to me, who should we get for next year? And I rattled off a list of names. JT was, I said, that's bums on seats. You know, the Duran hordes will come out for that. He could come in and just eat a packet of crisps and drink a mug of coffee, and you're going to fill the place. So get him. And he agreed to do it. And I found out literally, I think about half a week, probably about 4 or 5 days before I flew off to Eilat for my next trip. John Taylor was the last person to be announced to be at that 2014 bass show as the special guest, the closing guy on the Sunday. I said, what is... Twice I've missed out on this. Such is life. Can't change it. It was what it was. So we've never actually met. But if Monday happens, great. We will see. Stacey, very, very cool on the rig rundown. Let's just hope. It might happen. If the tech gave me no more than 10 minutes, I'm cool with that. That's fine. Lewis, I get to replace the wiring on this Spectre bass guitar for my buddy Eric because it's unreliable, and he got pissed and yanked the wiring out. Crazy. Spectres should all be fine. What's going on with that? Is it an old one? Is the cabling breaking down? Lewis, no worries. It's free labour. He takes good care of me. Oh, I'm pleased to hear it. Martin Fay, you have a JT curse. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like that because we thought when I did the interview in 2015 it was going to be an in-person, and then the record company said no, he's in LA. He's basically in our offices, and we're doing all his promotional interviews for Paper Gods over the phone. So it's going to be a phoner. It's like, great, okay. Never actually going to meet this guy ever, am I? But that's okay. That's all right. But at least I got that. I got the phone interview and we had a very good chat, and he was great. It was a little too pre-prepared for my liking, because I read interviews he did for other bass publications and websites and stuff, and basically it didn't matter how the question was phrased, it was a stock answer. So that's fine. So I'm pleased that I threw some stuff in there that was a little off the beaten track and wasn't about Paper Gods. So I was asking him stuff about Steve Ferroni, their old drummer, and a couple of other bits and bobs. But it's a good interview. It's good. Because the good thing with John is once you give him something to talk about, he will talk, and he'll discover all the nooks and crannies around that subject matter, and he'll go into each one. It's great. So I don't think I asked that many questions. I remember when I looked at the printed interview, I thought there's only about 6 questions there. So he gives good copy. He really does. And it was great. It was really good. So if you haven't checked it out, that link is in the live chat. But you can go on the channel, just type in John Taylor interview 2015, and you can hear how it all went down. Can't believe that was 8 years ago. Scary how time flies by. It really is. Yeah. So we will see how things transpire on Monday. I don't really expect to hear from the tech before Monday, because he isn't going to know what time he's setting up and what time he might not have any time to do this. They might get into the arena late. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I don't expect anything to happen, but like I say, I've done enough stuff with the magazine and the shows and what have you that sometimes you get lucky and you got to be prepared to react immediately. So if that means I've got to be up at the O2 for like 3 o'clock, I'll be up at the O2 for 3 o'clock. It's not a problem. Lewis, it was my first bass guitar I ever played. I returned it when I got my own rig, Spectre and a Peavey with an EV in a handmade trash box from the band Mammoth. Wow, that's a name. Yeah, I've heard of them. What's Spectre? NS2? Is it an 80s one? Don't tell me it's a 70s one, Lewis. That's is it a US NS2? Kramer one? Brooklyn one? Let me know, Lewis. We hold on to these facts, these nuggets. It's let us know. Korea. Oh, so that would have been an NS2A, I think. Bolt on neck, I think. You're thinking 2000s. Yeah, it sounds like an NS2A, although they were making them in the 80s as well. Unless it was it a proper was it a Spectre or a Stuart Spectre design? You'd have known from the inlay logo on the headstock, which would have said SSD. Yes, it was a bolt on. Okay. I nearly bought an NS2A on my 18th birthday. I bought the Spectre. I bought the Fender Precision Light that I've still got here. So if you've seen the bass collection video, again, I'll put a link in the description box. I ended up buying that Fender P, and I could have ended up with a £700 NS2A in it was Cherry Sunburst, I think. I didn't know the difference between NS2s, and I hadn't had my Kasim Sultan experience at that point. And I saw Kasim Sultan playing with Hall and Oates about 6 months later in Bournemouth. Blew me away with his NS2. Yeah, Stuart on the back of the headstock. That sounds then, that might have been a maybe it was not. Maybe that's after Stuart's Spectre design. I wonder. Might have been a Spectre Legend. Anyway, we digress. But anyway, I saw Kasim Sultan play with Hall and Oates at the Bournemouth BIC Centre with a NS2, and it was astounding. Blew my mind. Red fade to orange. Okay, yeah. Ugly to me, but she's a bass guitar. Yeah, if it's a Korean one, it could be that the cabling was, the wiring might be a bit shocking. Probably a little bit better than my Schecter bass, in my opinion. Okay. If Stuart Spector's name on the back of the headstock, is that printed or is that in his handwriting? Printed. Yeah, maybe it's a legend. Maybe you've got a legend there. I would suspect. Part of the serial number. Okay, yeah. I think that, yeah, it might be a legend. There's been a couple of Korean sort of product lines, so yeah, it's a bit hard to pick it out unless you got a photo or a name of it. Very good. Very good. Oh, excuse me. So it's been a long couple of days here. About $600 new back then. Yeah, sounds like a legend to me. The best Spectres are made by Warwick. Just trolling. Stop that. So yes, you messaged me, didn't you? Was that you, Martin, or was it Lewis? I posted up a review of the Warwick Double Buck, which was the first bass review I did. One of you two fine chaps was talking about it, and then you were talking about this. You didn't like the Warwick Thumb, so you went for a Spectre. It wasn't you, Martin. In that case, it was Lewis. Right, so what do you know, Lewis, about the Warwick and Spectre situation? Because if I've got to teach you about it, I can do that quite quickly. So do you know nothing of the relationship between Warwick and Spectre? Or do you know lots and I don't need to tell you? You tell me, Lewis. Designed by the same guy, little knowledge. Wasn't designed by the same guy at all. So basically, Spectre NS2s were designed by Ned Steinberger, the guy who does the headless graphite basses, Steinberger basses. And he was working with Stuart Spectre. That's how that design came along. So as I understand it, Spectre fans will know far more about this, but I'm just sort of giving you the rough overview here. So round about, I think it was around about 84, maybe 85, maybe 84. They were at, I'm guessing it was NAMM. I don't think it was Frankfurt, but it could have been. And Warwick had started to show what they were going to do in terms of bass design. It was fairly obvious they'd taken a Spectre and thought they could change a few things in the design, but basically copy the NS2 design and brand it as Warwick. Stuart Spectre, as far as I know, wasn't very happy about it and approached them and said, if you want that design, you're going to pay a fee, a yearly like licensing fee. And basically it never happened. And I think there was various legal attempts made to stop them producing a bass which was basically a copy of a Spectre. And then they obviously came up with the Thumb. That came a little bit later once Jack Bruce got involved, because Jack Bruce came up with the Thumb idea on a Warwick Thumb. But then they came out with the Streamer 1, Streamer 2. Well, the Streamer 1 is basically a Spectre, whichever way you play it, in terms of shape, form and design. Whether the through laminates and the timbers, that doesn't matter. Then the Streamer 2 is another version of the same thing. They made some very small changes which got them around the legal loopholes. But Stuart Spectre is still relatively angry about it all. When I interviewed him in 2014, the fires of anger had not been quelled. He really was not a very happy guy, and he dug out a load of paperwork because there was something went on in more recent times. So I'm guessing like in the 2010s, 2011, 2012, 2013, leading up to that point that I did the interview, there was something, Warwick had come out with some statement that they had paid a load of money for the, Stuart said, I've never had any money from them. And he had found the legal contract that, I don't want to start Chinese whispers because I could get this wrong, but apparently Hans-Peter Wilfer had signed the paperwork and Stuart still had the paperwork, and they posted it up on Spectre's site to say, we're going to enforce this now and you're going to pay up. And I think Warwick fought back and had made Spectre take it down. It was inflammatory, but it's like, you copied the design, you cannot get away from it. It's so, the 3D body, the sculpting, the whole design was that bass. It's there for everyone to see. So that's that's kind of the meat and potatoes of it. There's a lot of other parts to it. You can Google it, Lewis. It's all up on various forums, and Warwick fans have their take on it. Simple fact was, in '84, Warwick turned up with a bass that looked like a Spectre in everything but having Spectre on the headstock. Yeah, even the headstock design was like a Spectre. It wasn't like the squared off kind of paddle that Warwick became famous for. It was literally the Spectre headstock design. Martin Fay, Streamer LX, Spectre bolt on design, Streamer SS1, Spectre body with a neck through, Streamer SS2, Spectre body with a hidden neck through. Yep. Lewis, my buddy has shot down everything bass I like, so when he went after the Warwick, I jumped on him about that thumb. You can imagine what I compared the thumb to. Yeah, you're not the first. Lewis, he's a Gibson lover. Oh dear. So I put up with the judgments. Well, he's got nothing to shout about if he's a Gibson lover. Frankly. I would say. I've never owned a Warwick. I've had people on these live chats ask me if I've had any. Am I a fan? I'm not a fan. Came close to owning probably 4 or 5 Warwicks in my time, usually through eBay, and just got outbid in like the dying seconds. There was a white LX that I really wanted. It was white with gold hardware, looked great. I thought, whoa, I love that, and I missed out on it. I think by about £5, or maybe it was more, maybe it was 10. It was £10 increments. Anyway, yeah, that would have been about 2006, 2007. Then there've been a couple of thumb bases I've bid on. One was £1,000, like in 1989 for £1,000, and I just missed out on it. Then there was the 5-string thumb that was at Gig Sounds in Streatham Tooting, in 1990 for £895. Should have bought it. Didn't buy it. Regret it. What else was there? Yeah, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 others. But I've got my Spectre Euro 4 LX, and that does me very well, thank you, for that kind of thing. Love it. Just happy that he likes Fender as well. Now his damn taste in guitar is corrupting me. I love a Gibson as well. Good news, I play bass. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Gibson basses. Never have been. I just can't. I can't see the appeal. I don't like the tone. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like the way they play. I don't like the way they self-combust if you're really unlucky. I don't mean burst into flames. I mean they just break. Necks go, and yeah, not for me. Not for me. And I've played a few. I think I did 1 or 2 reviews, and I've played some in shops, but not for me. No. Not the sort of thing I go for. And I don't mind passive basses, or just the whole, Thunderbird thing. Bass round your knees. It's like the tone don't sound that good. Playability, no. Just, not for me. Liz Wingrove, I like Thunder, but the fret... You like... Oh, Thunderbird, right, okay. But the fret radius is not my fit. I need like 14 to 15 and a half, okay? See, I never really am that bothered by fret radius. So I'll just pick a bass up and either it plays nicely or it doesn't. I'm not that picky about things like fret radiuses or string spacing for that matter. If the string spacing's too narrow, you're going to feel it. If it's too far apart, you're going to feel it. Either something plays or it doesn't. So, yeah. Patrick, I had a Warwick Thumb 4-string back in the 90s. Should have kept it. Yeah, I had a chat with someone the other day about basses they had owned and had let go to. But anything of reasonable quality, you're like here in the UK, those built, as we're finding with Status and Wells, and it will be the same with JDs and GBs, no doubt, is that one day those makers aren't going to be around and those prices are going to shoot up. We all knew that. But what lulled us into a sense of false security was the fact that Britpop did away here in the UK with all the bass exotica in the mid-90s. So all the things that had been hit, trendy and desirable in the 80s no longer were. So the prices came crashing down. Had we had the foresight, those of us that were, bass players, either starting or already in our careers, we should have stocked up on all those. And we didn't. And lo and behold, Justin Chancellor comes along with Tool, playing only well basses pretty much, and just exploded the demand for a bass that by that point had was no longer being made or was dying off. And now the same thing with Status, and you will get the same thing with JD, and I've no doubt GBs will go up as well, because there are a lot fewer of those than any of the other brands I've just mentioned. And yeah, so that's my take on it. Martin, my only guitar bass regret is buying a Gibson Les Paul. Horrible build quality, although it does sound good. Okay, I'll take your word for it, mate. I can't subscribe that a Gibson Les Paul bass is going to sound good. When John Taylor used one in the mid-90s, I was appalled. I think he was doing it to look rock and cool. And I remember thinking, what have you done? Where did it all go so badly wrong? That, and it's an octave too high these days. Okay, Lewis, Les Paul for the wall. Yeah, I say, collectors will thank you. Yeah, just, I buy basses to play them. I don't necessarily buy them as collector's items, although I've now developed several in my collection are now collectible. So I have to weigh up whether I want to take things like my Kabiki, the Series 2000 Status, my Alembics. Do I want to take them out on gigs? But I do, because they sound great. I don't want them just hanging on the wall. I like them to earn their keep. Or now, a lot of these guitars are earning their keep doing the YouTube stuff. So, yeah. There's always that concern, taking a really nice bass out that's a bit collectible. What if it gets banged? What if it gets dinged? What if something happens to it in its case in the car? And you start to worry about those things, but just play them. You can always get a bass resprayed, even if it's just for the lacquer. But if it's a natural, of course. If it's a colour, you're going to have the colour and the lacquer. But there we go. Yeah. Anyway, Brooksy's Bass Corner live chat number 45 here, London, UK. It is currently 33 minutes past 10 in the evening. Hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Hope your bass playing's good. If you're out doing gigs at the moment, I hope they're all going well. Here's a question for the UK bass players. Why is there so few gigs about? I've seen loads of normally busy players and bands bemoaning the lack of gigs, and it seems like a real thing. I think people are getting, now coming to the end of April into May, you would expect your diary to be full. Lots of weddings, private events, maybe some festivals, pub and club gigs going through the roof. But loads of people are telling me their diaries are really quiet. Mine's been very quiet, but I don't mind because I'm doing the YouTube stuff. But any of you that play professionally out there or in regularly playing busy cover bands, are you feeling it same as I am? And we're in London. Normally you would have a fair smattering of pub and club work and a fair degree of private work as well, and you'd now start to see that elevate even more as we go into summer, but it doesn't seem to be happening. I've seen lots of musicians bemoan the fact their diaries are still really quiet. For me, it kind of through May it starts to pick up a bit, and then when we hit June, I kind of go into takeoff mode. So June, July, August, September, start of October, I'm pretty busy. But it certainly isn't what it was. I heard one guy explain it. He said he thought it would probably, it's like the come down after the high of getting out of COVID. And we all went ballistic for a couple of months, and then it all stopped when Omicron hit. And then as we came out of that last spring, there was another big takeoff because you've got the overhang of the rescheduled and postponed gigs because of COVID. Because of the cost of living crisis, the cost of heating venues, hotels, function rooms, pubs and clubs, a lot of places just can't afford to have their bands and their live music, so they've cut back. So, you know, it's like a double whammy thing. So it could take off again. It might not. Who knows? But it does seem exceptionally quiet. I've noticed a bit of a pickup in the last maybe 7 to 10 days, but it certainly isn't what I would expect for this time of year. Normally I'd have phone going, messages, emails from people saying, are you available? Can you do this? Need a deck? Are you around for this? Got a foreign trip? Can you do it? It's nothing, really. Nothing of size, if you like. Not having any band say, oh, our bass player's away for festival season. Can you cover all these gigs? Which has happened in the past. It's just not happening at the moment. I really need the practice. No need to collect right now. Yeah, Lewis, the new topic is backing tracks. Acceptable. Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. Patrick, I have a function gig in London on Sunday. What bass do I take? What sort of genre? Do you need a 4 or a 5 string? I can't remember all the basses you've got, Patrick. Remind me. What's on offer? Right, Lewis, I'll answer your question. So backing tracks. I used to be in a 3-piece band, and I was in a 4-piece band after that, where we used backing tracks for keyboards, any horn parts, extra percussion. We were a 3-piece guitar band. So bass, guitar, drums, all sang. And then the backing track would allow us to do the modern, up-to-date dancing material that we just wouldn't be able to get away with properly if we were doing it just as a guitar band. So we used backing tracks from like 1999 through to the point I left that band, and then the band I went to after that was using tracks. So here in London and in the UK, a lot of bands didn't want to use keyboard players because you've got to pay them. So it's easier to do a load of backing tracks, whether you do them yourself, download them, or get a keyboard player to come in, play the parts, and pay them a wage for doing that, and then use those tracks. Because you could do gigs, function gigs, whatever, and it's still your band lineup. You're not paying for that extra person. So I have no problem with backing tracks, but if, like you say, you're playing the record, that's a different thing. But backing tracks, when you're a 3-piece band, you need that to expand your repertoire. Otherwise, you're never going to get away from the Sweet Home Alabamas and that kind of thing. It's very hard to do disco-y sort of stuff without those keys, horns, percussion. My old band that we did all that with, the drummer did all the backing tracks himself, and he was really good at it. By the time I left that band, some of those tracks were fab. But I get the point. But yeah. But if you're doing like a wedding, you need that broad canvas of repertoire in order to cater for everyone, what they want to hear, requests, things they would expect to hear on a wedding, rather than just a 3 or 4-piece guitar band blamming out a load of rock. You know, it doesn't really work. But maybe, I know the US scene's always had a bit of a different take on it than we have here in the UK. But until we had mini discs, doing backing tracks wasn't that feasible. And I know some people tried to do it with audio cassettes. And if you had a cassette player that was playing like half a semitone too fast or slow, not good. And then people tried doing it with CDs, but it still wasn't great until we had mini disc. And actually, there weren't cheap CD burners really until 99, 2000. Then that became a thing. But by that time, mini disc had already kind of settled as the format for doing digital backing tracks and stuff. Lewis, most comfortable bass at Patrick Dazzle with your perform. Yeah, the most comfortable bass. Okay. Patrick, we seem to be pretty busy. 3 gigs this week, you lucky man. 2 of them functions. You very lucky man. I guess it depends on reputation advertising. Yeah. I'm just not, see, my situation at the moment is I'm not in a regular band like I used to be, where I was an inherent part of the band. So I could drive it along. I could get bookings in. Now I'm in 3 or 4 different projects, but I'm not the guy responsible for bringing the money in. Now I get given the gig, I turn up, I play, I get paid, and I go. So I'm not driving any particular band. That's the difference to how I used to operate. Lewis, okay, backing tracks are a tool, not for the whole sound. I respect that. If I played you a clip, see, I've got audio files, but I haven't got anything on YouTube of us playing. But we sounded. I found actually some recordings of us in a lat from like 2013, 2014, 2015. I'd forgotten I had them, and they're really good. I was like, wow, that was us. Well, yeah, okay. When you're in the middle of it, you don't really take in how good the band sound. Now, I haven't been in that band for 8 years. We sounded really good for a 3-piece band. If you heard the thing, you'd think we were a bigger band than that. But yeah. Patrick Sweeney, 4-string, soul funk dance function. Choice of Music Man, Fenders, Overwater, Enfield, Betsy, a whole bunch of others. I'd say take an Enfield and a Betsy, and then you've covered everything really. If you think you can do the gig with Betsy, then nothing wrong with that. But the Enfield will give you the choice of pickups, of course, if you've got quads in there, which I guess you will. Super quads, so I'll give you the split P, single coil J, and the humbuckers. Actually, to be honest, Patrick, any of those basses will do that job perfectly, won't they, really? Lewis, I was referring to the Motley Crue phoning thing. Yeah, it's on the bass. Heard all about that. Neo Land, I had a horrible experience with mini disc backing in Paradiso in Holland, Netherlands, Amsterdam. I think it's in Amsterdam, isn't it? Yeah. Of all places, it skipped every time. We got lucky. I can't ever remember. I think we had a couple of times where the drummer pressed play for a certain track and it just didn't play. So we just started playing another song. Because that was the thing. If the mini disc went wrong, we could still play songs in our repertoire that didn't require the mini disc. So it wasn't like every song we played required mini disc. I think it was about, at one point, it was about 75% no backing tracks, 25% had backing tracks. And I think by the time I left, it was down to about 60-40. But more and more of our set had things like Rihanna, Daft Punk. We were doing Robin Thicke thing, Blurred Lines at that time. Uncle Funk, Uptown Funk, Locked Out of Heaven, all the stuff that was popular in like the mid 2010s. And more popular tracks came out, you had to do more and more backing tracks, but we kind of did okay. I told her Netherlands handles American Social Security. You've lost me, Lewis. I'm lost on your train of thought there. Yes, so Patrick, any of those bases will do you fine, I think. If you're going to be doing any slapping, I'd maybe say stay away from the Fenders. You might want something with a bit more active tonal clarity, unless your Fender is active. I don't know. And you've got a treble boost on there. But yeah. I think I saw a message pop up there. Or was that me just thinking it? No, I think we're up to date. Very good. So it's coming up to 11:15 here in the UK. Live chat 45 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. If you've not been on live chat before, this is the video window. Below here is the live chat window. Put your insertion point or cursor arrow, pointer, whatever you call it. In the live chat window, type your message, comment, question, press send. It'll appear here on my live chat window. As soon as I see it pop up, I'll respond to it. If you're on the mobile app, live chat window's below here. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. Desktop version works exactly the same. Put your insertion point in, type your question, comment, press send, it'll fire up. In the live chat window, you'll see an emoji icon. Feel free to give that an absolute pasting. Thank you very much. YouTube algorithm sees that as you getting involved in the conversation, which is excellent. That's what we want. Next to it, you'll see a dollar symbol. It's called Super Chat. Allows you to make a financial donation to the channel. If you go below the video window, you'll see a row of icons. So there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up if you would. Also hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I post up new videos and when I post posts on the community tab, which is YouTube's version of social media. So underneath you'll see the icons, thumbs up, thumbs down. You see a share button. You'll see a save button, and you'll also see a love heart with a dollar symbol in that says thanks. That's called Super Thanks. Works exactly the same way as Super Chat in the live chat window. So if you wish to make a contribution to the channel financially, you can. It can be as small amounts. I think someone donated $1.99 at some point. In fact, a friend here in the UK donated 99p. Last of the big spenders. Thank you, John. Remember that one. Some people have donated $20 and up. It's all very much appreciated. It helps keep the channel rolling, helps to pay for things like boom stands, lights, cables, microphones, baffles, stands, audio interfaces, preamp, cloud lifter boxes, pedals, amplifiers, some basses. It helps to pay for things like toolkits and the various cleaning paraphernalia and cloths and sprays and polishes that you see on the workshop videos. So if you wish to make a financial donation to the channel, feel free. The videos are free. It's entirely up to you. In the description box below, you'll find affiliate links for Thomann, Amazon. There will be links for Gear for Music and possibly a few other retailers very soon. If you've got any bass related purchases, you can help the channel out. So if you don't want to do a super thanks or a super chat, you can help out by purchasing something that you either want or need in terms of bass playing. Could be a bass, could be a pedal, amp, speaker, combo, gig bag, set of strings, some picks. I should really have all the accessories on here. So if you're looking for some picks, if you buy them through Thomann, Amazon, Gear for Music, the channel will receive a very small affiliate payment. It is very small. But it all helps, all goes towards keeping the channel running. How that all works, you click on the affiliate link in the description box, takes you through to the Brooks's Bass Corner storefront on those retailers, find the item you're looking for, add it to your basket, go through the transaction and pay for the item. We get a small affiliate commission. That's how that works. Also in the description box, you'll find links for merchandise, Brooks's Bass Corner merchandise. I have a long sleeve t-shirt on here. Quality is fabulous. I've got a cap here. There are other t-shirts and tops over there. We've got mugs, bags, water bottles, beer mugs, iPhone cases, mouse mats, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, a million items. So if you want to buy any merchandise now, today, or tomorrow, Wednesday, it's a very good time because at midnight tomorrow, at the end of play on Wednesday, you will lose the ability to buy merchandise at 20% off. That's every item around the world. So whether you're in the UK, Europe, US, worldwide, every item on the Brooks's Bass Corner stores on Spreadshirt and Spreadshop is 20% off. So if you've been thinking in the past couple of weeks, oh, I'll help Brooks's Bass Corner out with a merchandise purchase, now's a great time to do it. 20% off. If you buy something, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Let's have a look, see what we've got going on here. Kevin, is it a reading gig? Will the parts be for 5-string? Then go for the most familiar bass. Wise words, well said. Do you read, Pat? I can't remember. I don't, but a lot of guys do, obviously. Lewis, wow, Britain doesn't have the scam calling. Oh, we do. Don't worry about that. We do. EAZL, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. What are some of your favourite bass channels on YouTube? Ooh, I don't really get time to watch any of the other channels, if I'm brutally honest. I did when I first started the channel. You want to see what people are doing, but there just isn't the time. And I'm the worst person. If I get into a YouTube rabbit hole, I can be there for hours. So it's probably best I don't go looking at not competitors, but other people doing great bass channels. If there's something I want to check out, or I've got an idea for doing something, I'll see if any of the other channels have done something similar recently, because I wouldn't want them to think I was jumping on the back of their video. Haven't done that yet, as far as I'm aware. But I don't tend to really frequent other people's channels. Do you know what? I interviewed Bagiti Kamalu, Paul Simon's bass player, in 2016. And I couldn't believe it when he said, I don't listen to other bass players. I don't really listen to music. I was like, right. He said, I don't want to be influenced by anyone else. And I have to say, I always thought, what a load of old rubbish. But having done a YouTube channel, I don't particularly want to see what other YouTube people are doing, because it's too easy to see a good idea and think, oh, well, I'll do that then. But the thing is, you can't replicate on YouTube. If like a friend of mine had success, and a couple have, not necessarily bass players, but other musicians, I can't copy what they've done. When they've released a video at a certain time on a certain day, I can't replicate the conditions of the people that have watched his video, which is why I've always had a problem with in the YouTube analytics, there's a section that allows you to see the time every day when your channel has viewers. So you can see, like, between 12 and 6 you might have loads of viewers and then nothing on either side of that. How can they predict that the people that watch your stuff the week before are going to watch at the same time the following week? It doesn't know. What if Mrs. Jones spent 4 hours watching your channel on a Wednesday afternoon? The following Wednesday afternoon, she might have to go and pick her kids up from school. She's not going to be looking at your YouTube channel. So I've always thought, though, that side of the analytics was a bit rubbish, to be honest. So you can never replicate what another channel has done, because the set of circumstances that the people viewing your video have watched it at that time on that day, you can't replicate that. So who am I thinking of? Who do I watch bass wise? Really couldn't tell you. Really clearly. The guy that does is it bass? Not Bass Fuzz. Is it Bass Fuzz? It might be. He set up a forum. Yeah, Bass Fuzz. Okay, he does some good stuff. Bass the World, very good. Low End Lobster, of course. I don't really get involved with Scott's bass lessons. So if you were waiting for me to wax lyrical about Scott, I don't. They do their own thing. None of us are ever going to reach that level. And none of us earn that amount of money like he does. He can just throw the best editors at it, the best content, the best of everything. I can't even begin. I'm a one-man operation. It's just me. So, yeah, and I don't have all the theory side. You know, he's selling lessons. He's doing the Scott's bass lesson vault, and I can't even begin to go there. And he produces content so rapidly that, you know, where do you start? I could go on his channel and probably just watch for days. It's not going to get my channel anywhere, so I need to concentrate on what I do and how I do it. So yeah, I don't really watch a lot of other bass channels. I wish I had the time to do it. I just don't. I have enough things going on in life outside of YouTube and music that eats up so much of my time. And now gigs are going to get busy, so that's going to take a fair amount of time. And I've got so much content I want to get up here on the channel. I want to produce stuff for you guys to watch. It just takes time. And as a one-man operation, it's hard. If I had a team of people, So someone doing the filming, someone doing the editing, someone doing the social media. I do the content. It would be easy. I'd be knocking videos out every 2 days, but it just it doesn't work like that. I could produce videos that don't look great and haven't got much sort of relevance or content, but what would be the point? I want my channel to have good content on that works for the people that are watching it. I've kind of got over the fact that my subscriber numbers aren't rocketing. We're kind of stuck around the 2.8 thousand mark at the moment. I know a lot of channels who fly like a lot quicker than we are, but what I do appreciate is the people I've got that are subscribing to the channel watch the stuff. So I'd rather have a small number of subscribers that like what we do and how I do and how I do it, rather than a huge number of subscribers who never watch anything I post. There's a big debate going on a lot of the things like vidIQ and Think Media and what have you at the moment, saying, what's the point in having 20,000 subscribers if they never return and watch your content? You're better off having a smaller number who regularly watch and stay loyal to what you're producing. But the problem is sponsors and affiliates. I got turned down by Sweetwater because I just don't have enough followers and subscribers across all the YouTube channel and the social media platforms. They've said I'm exactly what they want, but I've got to come back to them in 6 months to a year and I've got more people following. So they make the rules. I can't change it. So sadly, I can't have a Sweetwater affiliate at the moment. But there we go. Not to worry. Lewis, I'm American. We be getting the you going to jail scams because of social security fraud. Yeah, I haven't had any of that. We don't get that over here, I don't think. You get people trying to get money out of your bank account. That's what we get. Patrick, it's not a reading gig. It's in my regular band. I do have a range extender on some of the basses for drop D, although it changes your fretting position, although I am in the market for a 5-string. Very good. Have you still not sorted that out, Patrick? Did you have a look at the Lakeland Skyline 5502 that they had at Bass Brothers? That I think I mentioned to you. I think I sent you a private message about that. Lewis, quick question. If you purchase a Betsy, can you upgrade the case for shipping? Yeah, they'll probably charge you for it. It's a gig bag, but the Bass Centre will properly package that up. But if you say to them, I'd like a hard case, I'm sure they will. Lewis Wingrove, your brain will just draw from the past music experience. Yes, I say impossible. Yeah. Stacey, it's kind of the same with graphic design. When someone is learning the craft, there's a little bit that goes on, mostly for practicing effects. Okay. Lewis, example, we go to practice and show your buddy what you came up with, and your buddy, Martin Fay, 50 euros. Mate, thank you. I'm stunned. Thank you. Happy birthday, Martin. It will be a bottle of wine for you. Thank you, mate. I'm seriously blown away. And I guess I should announce them. Oh, don't want to get tearful. Thank you. Martin, your payment has just pushed my YouTube. Right, so I'll do this properly. So today has been, as well as everything else that's going on in my life that I can't tell you about yet, but I will shortly. Today, I received my first payment in my bank account as a result of having a YouTube channel. It wasn't from YouTube, it was from the merchandising company. So it was the first monthly payment because we've been going for more than a month. So it covered the month of March. So the merchandise that was sold in March, I got my commission today. Wasn't a huge amount of money. I didn't think it would be, but it was something. So after 2 years and 8 months of this channel running, I finally made some money out of having Brooks's Bass Corner. So that was enough to make me was like, oh God, I finally made some money out of having this channel. Your super chat payment, Martin, has just pushed my YouTube earnings over the threshold for me to receive a payment from YouTube. So usually it's set at £100. I set mine at 500 so that I wasn't constantly paying my bank transfer fee because we get paid in dollars. So if I set it 100, I'd lose £8 every time I received £100 or $100. Your payment, your super chat payment of 50 for my birthday has just pushed me over the £500 barrier. Mate, thank you. So those of you who are here on the super chat, live chat, Martin's super chat payment has just pushed me over that boundary. I now get a payment from YouTube. Mate, I owe you a big one. Anytime I can help you, yeah, I owe you. All right? Whew, thank you. Thank you. A bit tearful. Try not to cry on camera. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I wasn't expecting €50. I haven't had such a big payment before. Thank you, mate. Right. In terms of watching what, okay, I did that bit. Whew, okay. Lewis, my first creative endeavor turned out to be Kenny Loggins. Loggins or logins? Or if you're from Japan, Kenny Roggins. That's how that one goes. Stacy, the trick is to keep from turning an inspiration into an outright copy. Here. Wow, Martin, you are the man. He is. Not only does he contribute with his affiliate purchases, he's done a big and merchandise purchases too. He's just given me the biggest super chat payment. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Right, Patrick, I looked at the Lakeland but just haven't had the time to go and try it. One will appear at some stage. Yes, they come up quite frequently. I've seen 5502s across everything. So they have them, they turn up at the gallery, Bass Brothers, Bass Direct, eBay, Guitar, PMT. You'll get one if you want one. Yeah. Martin, thank you. Delighted to hear that. Yeah. And I know that when I come off this live chat, I'm going to have a message from YouTube saying I now have to put in my bank details into AdSense, Google AdSense, because now they can pay me. So in the same day I got my first merchandise payment, I will now make my first YouTube payment. Wow. Thank you. Stacy, wow, oh wow, that is fabulous. Yeah. So all that hard work during lockdown started. It's taken me, so I'm monetized in December 2021. It shouldn't have taken me this long to get to that amount. However, first 6 to 7 months of last year, I did very, very little. I had so much going on. I had a hard drive go down on my PC. I had a magazine project to do. We came out of Omicron, had loads of gigs where I was learning stuff all the time. I didn't really put much content up for 6 months, so I made a right old mess. My mum, how great, Michael. Still not got my mug then. No, you can wait for that. You got to wait for that. That's going to be a separate order. In fact, when I come down, I'll bring the laptop. You can all sit around the laptop and pick out which things you want. There's so many products and different designs that I need you all to kind of pick what you want. It's no use telling me I want a blue t-shirt in small. It's like there's 20 t-shirts on there. So yeah, 20, there's more than that. There are more than that. Wow. We've been going 3 hours and 5 minutes. Well done, gang. It's not going to be a marathon session tonight because I need to catch up on some much missed sleep over the past week or so. So we'll go for another 25-30 minutes if you guys are up for it, and we'll see how far we get. So yeah, hopefully, I say that about most of the video ideas. We will get demo and review videos of these 3 Source audio pedals up very, very soon. I might do some comparison videos because there's elements of the Spectrum filter in the C4 synth and there's some aspects of the aftershock in the C4 synth. So yeah, individual videos and comparison videos. I'll do my best to get these up as soon as I can. I've had a couple of people say they want to know how I get on with them, so I will do what I can as quickly as I can. But tomorrow's going to be a very busy day. A big old list of things to do, so it'll come. It will come. But the merchandise looks fantastic. It does. It does. It's really good quality stuff. I'm really pleased with what they produce. Just I wish they'd stop rejecting designs. And yeah, we put a load of designs up for inclusion on the American site, and they wouldn't go for it. They said they were too specific to my brand. Isn't that the idea? And then when we tried to put designs into their marketplace, they said, "Oh, it's too again, it's too focused on you and your brand. It's not broad enough for our customer base." So we got to change some of the designs and the wording and what have you. So we'll get on with it. Jim, good evening. I haven't forgotten you. You are in my alarm list in my phone to get your lesson email over to you. I will attempt tomorrow to write that when I get back from walking the in-laws' dog, and I drop him back with our in-laws. I'm coming home, I'm shutting my door, and I'm literally just producing content for the YouTube channel tomorrow. YouTube content, affiliate content. I'm going to work my way through this list, and keep an eye, guys and girls. There's going to be lots going on tomorrow on the YouTube channel. So, and I may well finally get the video edited up for this 4464 Lakeland Skyline in ice blue metallic finish. Matching edge stop. There's one of these actually on eBay in the UK at the moment. I got rather a good deal on this when I bought this recently secondhand. There's someone selling one at the moment for £1,000. That's not what I paid. But if you're after one, it's a limited edition in this colour. So, and they play great, sounds great too. The only downside, and it could be to do with pickup height, but I will find out with some adjustments, is I find when you got both pickups on, suddenly the volume decreases. Could be that the back pickup isn't close enough, or neck pickup is too close, so I need to drop it down a bit more, but we'll see. Plays great though. So yeah, so that needs to be going up soon. How's your week been, Jim? Hope everything is good over there. You're late to the party this evening. We're probably going to do about another 20 minutes and then we're going to wrap up. But in other news, because you're late to the party, that's all right, mate. I'm jesting with you. Our lovely friend Martin Fay from Dublin made a super chat payment of €50, which has pushed me over the boundary of getting my first YouTube payment. So we owe him a big thank you. And a very large bottle of red wine. So when you're over in London, Martin, or if I'm over there, I haven't been to Dublin for 6 years. Went to see Thunder at Vicar Street venue? And Vicar Street, great venue. You ever go to see a band in Dublin, you go to Vicar Street. Great. We went to see Thunder. They were doing, I'd seen them on the Tuesday at Hammersmith, and Chris, the bass player, got me a ticket. I said, I'd love to come see you play at Vicar Street because I keep hearing it's a great venue. Toto had played there 2 years before, and I didn't go. And everyone said the Toto gig at Vicar Street was amazing. Then Thunder were playing, and I thought, well, that'll be a good gig. And it really was. It was great. And I should have gone to see Toto there again in 2018, but I couldn't. I think I was gigging the same night. So yeah, Vicar Street, love it. So if I'm ever over there to come and see a gig, we will hook up. If you're over here in London, let me know, and we'll meet up, and I'll say thank you in person. So I appreciate all the support. Without you guys, this is just me wittering each week, and all the videos and all the likes and the comments and social media follows. You know, I can't do this. All I'm doing is producing the content. If you guys tap into it, find it useful, find it entertaining, and that's great. Then I'm doing what I want to be doing. So well done. Well done, gang. Thank you for sticking by us. You know. So yeah. So how are we doing? It's 10 past 11. We'll do another 20 minutes and then we'll wrap up for the evening. We won't go on a marathon session. What I need to tell you. Let's think. So yes, if I was saying earlier, Jim, any bases you have your eye on? Yes. Always. There's always bases I've got my eye on. I'll come back to that in a second, Jim. So I was saying earlier to Lewis that I've started uploading all the stuff that I wrote for Bass Guitar Magazine, Bass Player, a couple of things for Guitar Buyer, onto the YouTube channel, onto the Facebook platform for Brooks's Bass Corner. So if you go over to Facebook, or if you want to see any of the stuff I wrote, I know a lot of the American people, you probably never saw Bass Guitar Magazine. So I wrote for that from 2004 up to 2020. Wrote for Bass Player, the classic Bass Player magazine, from 2018 till 2022. So basically everything I ever wrote, I scanned in and I've got the images. So I've been uploading them to Facebook. So anyone who's known me for years and followed me on Facebook, not Brooks's Bass Corner, but me personally, you'll know I used to post up my review stuff once a month, which was what we were allowed to do legally. And I'm now uploading that onto the photo albums in Facebook for Brooks's Bass Corner. So as time progresses, those folders will get bigger and bigger with more and more of the work. So it's not just reviews, it's the interviews, it's the features, the columns. There's a lot. It's like, I think there's about 700 to 800 pieces of work. It's a lot of stuff. And I started doing it in December. And then various things took over and Christmas got busy and gigs. And then Max passed away in February. So everything kind of came to a bit of a grinding halt for me. But I've got back into doing it. So every day I can do, well, actually there's enough stuff there probably to take me through 2 or 3 years posting every day. But some days I'll post more than one piece. Some days it will just be one. Some days there might be nothing. But I'm putting it all up there. So if you want to check out what I used to write, it's all up there. So you'll see some of those posts also in things like Twitter and Instagram, but you won't get to see the whole image because some of those scans, even though they're A4, don't fit into the size that Instagram wants. If I squeeze it down too much, it doesn't look very good. So if you want to see the actual scans as they're meant to be, Facebook's the place. So if you don't already follow me on Facebook, feel free to head on over. There's a link in the description box below, and you can. Mum, night, speak to you tomorrow, no doubt. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Right, Jim Hawkins, basses. Basses I've got my eye on. At the moment, I've got my eye on cheap basses that I can use on the YouTube channel. I don't think I'm missing anything that I would use for gigs and projects that I play in. I've got pretty much everything I need for all of that. Actually, I tell a lie. There is one bass. Kev, last week after the live chat, he's found a Warwick Bootsy Collins bass, star bass. It's the cheaper one from China. It's not the one with all the lights and stuff on it. That would cost about $8,000. But there was a cheap one. He sent me a link. And although I'm not after one, and it looks like it could be a real headache, it would totally fit in with what we do with Uncle Funk. Problem is, the guy that's got it, he's already had a couple of accidents with it. If you look on the head, oh, I won't send it out because I might still buy it. I just can't afford to do it at the moment. The headstock has, it's like lots of pointy ends. He's had a few accidents, so he's knocked off the points on a couple of the prongs of the headstock. So it's meant to come to like a point, and it's they've just been knocked off, or he's taken a bit of sandpaper and sand them off. Then on top of that, he's completely repositioned the strap buttons. So they're in a totally different place than where the manufacturer put them, which he's done it to avoid the headstock drop. But yeah, so I'm weighing up whether I want to pay that amount of money for something that I could always have a problem selling. I don't think it's going to be an easy base to move on further down the line. And also, I'm not convinced that the sounds on it are that great. I use better basses for doing Uncle Funk, but it would totally fit in with what we do. It might be something that I use and bring out for encores, or I could use for one set and then use one of my other basses for the other. But it looks like it's a real handful. I'm not convinced at the moment. We'll see. If it's around when I've got that sort of money to throw at it, and I think it's worthwhile, I'll take another look. But yeah, thank you though, Kev. It raised a laugh. I laughed. Uncle Funk, the Funkle, he had a good laugh. He said, "You got to buy that." I said, "It's not your money, is it? It's mine." I said, "And once I've bought it, I'm lumbered with it. So it's not the sort of thing you can sell unless another person in a disco band was looking for something like that." But yeah, otherwise I'm looking at cheap basses, Jim, because I want to feature them here on the channel. For some reason, my channel or the most popular video reviews and demos are split in two areas. They're either the cheap basses or the really expensive basses. The only thing that kind of splits that is the Aria SB1000, but all the others, like the most watched bass videos, the Kabiki X Factor, which we know isn't cheap, and the cheapest bass is the Yamaha BV235. It's got something like 9.3 thousand views. So yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on the cheaper end of things and trying to work out what things people want to watch. The cheaper end is because a lot of the beginners want to check out a bass before they go and buy it. They're learning the sounds, the tones. So if they're looking at a bass that's 150 quid, and I'm going to pick one up secondhand for 100, then it makes sense to do it. I'm probably going to make the money back through views and advertising anyway. So that's my thing. So I'm just keeping an eye on eBay and Gumtree, Bass Direct, PMT, Guitar, Bass Gallery. Keeping an eye on all those things. Just keeping across it all. And the bass forums, obviously. And as things come up that I think I could do a really good video on that, or I know that bass is going to be relatively popular, and it's worth doing, then I'll go and buy it. It's kind of my thinking with the Ibanez. Perfectly clean example, hardly played. Did the workshop video, as you know, got a demo and review video to do for it. Could generate a lot of views, so we'll see. Okay, yes, the did you or not question. No, not yet. I haven't got enough gigs at the moment to justify that outlay. Got to be careful at the moment because yeah, just not enough work. And even with Uncle Funk, even though we're busy through the summer, we aren't as busy as last year. And actually this week we've lost 2 festival shows, neither as a result of anything we've done. One festival's decided to put UB40 on, so they don't need a disco band on the same bill. So we lost that one. And what was the other one? Oh, the other one, they changed the date to another date and we were already booked somewhere else and couldn't do both. So, yeah, weird. Why would you set a date for a festival and then completely change it when you're only a couple of months away? Don't get it, but there we go. UB40 are still around in a weird kind of roundabout way. A couple of members of it have died, and there was a big falling out. There was Ali Campbell, and then the guys that used to be in UB40. Anyway, seems like a right old mishmash, but anyway, the UB40 name's still out. But yeah, they're on a festival that we were booked on, and the organisers hadn't told us that they didn't require us. They booked us, and so I don't know if there's a cancellation fee or what. The only thing in their favour is it's quite a few months ahead, so there might be something in the contract that says as long as you tell us, like, I don't know what the contract is, but if you tell us far enough in advance and you haven't got to pay up, I don't know. Not for me to worry about. It doesn't mean I lost the gig, but something else will come in. So he says, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where we get to with that. So I'll do a quick straw poll here. Are there any basses either in my collection or that are out there that you guys would really like to see a review of? Now, I know which ones here in my collection I've still got to do reviews of, but is there a bass either that you've seen on the various live chats and videos? You might have seen me do the soundbite demo, but I haven't done the review video of. So is there anything that's sort of stuck out over the past year or so that you think, oh, I'd really like to see a review of such and such? Jim, a Sire fretless bass. Okay, I'll work on that. I know just the people to get in touch with as well. In fact, let me make a list of these. Right. I will get onto it. Anything else, bass lovers? Don't pick out things that are incredibly hard or rare to get hold of. You know, I can't work miracles. I try daily, but not always possible. But if there's something that is available on the market, or that you know I've already got here, let me know, and I will try and make them priority. Steinberger, well, you're shooting big there, Jim. Okay. I think I know a few people who've got one I can borrow. I want to get both of these Alembics up. I want to get individual review videos and a comparison one as well. Yeah, I know a few people with Steinbergers. Yeah, I can call in a few favours here and there. I wouldn't need it for more than a day. I could get it all. Reviewed up, filmed. Certainly in a day, photographed. Yeah, a day doing the content, a day doing the editing. You've got one, Kev. Of course you have. Sorry, I forgot. I know a few people with them. So at some point, Kev, I'll come and plunder your collection, and I'll turn it around very quick, of course. Martin, of your collection, it's actually Betsy that interests me the most. Wow. I have no need for another jazz bass, but yeah, they are great. They are great. There is already a review video and a demo, Martin. If you want, I can put I'm sure you've already seen it. If you haven't, tell me and I'll put the link up here in the chat window. Patrick Sweeney, Mayonnaise. Okay. I think there's already 2 Mayonnaise basses here on the channel. There's the I don't know if you've checked, Pat. Let me go into my list here. I'll give you the links and I'll put them in the description box later. So there's a Mayonnaise Prestige 4 Classic, which I also did a magazine review of the 5-string version. This is the 4. This is from early on in the channel, so not the greatest production, I'm afraid. But give you an idea anyway. So that's a Mayonnaise Classic, Prestige Classic 4. And the other one, that's not going to show it, is it? All right. The other one is the Hadrian Farrow Oh, actually, no, there's a couple here. The mayonnaise jabber Hadrian Thoreau signature, which is this one. And then there's also a regular jabber. Can't remember what the item number is. Hold on. It's a jabber 422, 4-string. Hold on. There's a couple of mayonnaise there. I need to probably go to Base Direct and actually borrow some more mayonnaise bases. Although I might just get in touch with the company direct and see if they'll send some for a review. Start by Stacey and blow out some new Harley Bentons. Yes, good idea. I need to do the review videos from those demo videos I did before. I keep saying it. It's just having the time to do it. Have 4-string version on order, about a year's wait time. Which one, Jim? What are we talking about? Sire. Right, okay. I can get onto that. I'll get onto Anderton and see if they'll send me one. Cool. Kev, there's a used Betsy for sale. Used out there. Do you mean in Ireland for Martin? I guess you do. Kev, it's my mate Saul Watson selling it. Saul has debt for Mike and I have a couple of debt gigs. Why are you selling your Betsy, Saul? That makes no sense. You need that base. Yeah, it is a small world in this base community. You have a couple of debt gigs. Are you doing the debt gigs for Saul, Pat? Are you doing those gigs this week and next week? I know he asked me to do them, but I couldn't commit to all 3. I could only do 2. And actually, as it's panned out, probably a good thing I didn't take them anyway because of various bits and bobs going on. Why is Saul selling that base? That's unlike any of the other bases he's got. You need to keep that. You won't get those sounds out of the other bases he's got. Saul was on earlier. He clearly didn't hang around. Okay, that's a small but finely crafted list to be going on with. Anything else, guys? Before we start wrapping up the live chat, any other bases that you would like to see reviewed imminently, whether they're in my collection or something else that's out there that's available and I can chase up and try and get? There's actually a big long list of bases I want to cover, but it's just having the time to do them. There was one gig this week. Oh, okay. But some later in the year. Oh, okay, cool. Fair enough. Well, enjoy, Pat. Have a good one, mate. I wonder why he's selling his Betsy. He hasn't had it long. Probably had it a couple of months later than I got mine. Oh. I also noted a Sherwood Green tea base out there. Did you now? JT Dingwall, well, that might, yeah. If Sheldon can get one over to me, then yeah. Have you got a link, Kev, for that tea base? I'd be interested to know what they're going for. Or did you see it in a store? Let's see if we can. I'll do a quick Google search, see what's. Okay, that'll be Trace Elliott. No, I'm not seeing one pop up yet. Ah, hang on. Yeah. Oh, is that? Oh, I got it. I think I found it. Yeah. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's in Japan. Well, this is a discovery. Not as much as I'd hope. Well, that's a shame. I thought mine might be worth a bit more than that, but there we go. Yeah, it's got a few bangs and scrapes as well. Scratch plate hasn't warped. Looks like the back plate might have a bit. Seem good. Really? Ah, it's that's number 4. Mine's number 11. Wow, it's in pretty good nick. That scratch plate's good. Shame they're selling. I thought they'd be selling for a bit more than that, but clearly not. Oh well, guys, if you're after one of the original limited edition T bases, there it is. 1,724 euros, 1,902 US dollars. It's in Japan. Wow. Okay. Now, if that's not the one you meant, Kev, I'll carry on trying to find. I haven't seen one of them up for sale probably since, I think I said before, it was like about 2004, maybe 2003, 2004, 2005. It's probably not that late. And it was a 5-string. Wow. Can't see any others. Also, being serious for a change. I'd love to hear you review the Adam Clayton Fender combo. Okay, I can get on a Fender, see if they send me one. They probably won't, but you never know. Okay, if they weren't so huge, I'd have it myself. Huge? What do you mean? T-bass? It's just a jazz bass. What we talk? I think that's what you mean. So is there a Sherwood Green T-bass in Ireland for sale? Is that what you meant? Long? No, don't worry about the headstock. The headstock's fine. It's not not an issue. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's just kind of standard jazz bass dimensions. It's certainly not hard to play. I used it as my main bass for a good 2 years. Did all my function gigs, all the weddings. Did quite well. I think I used it on everything: pub gigs, club gigs, private functions, weddings, birthday parties. It was the bass I used in between buying the statuses and not being totally sold on them at the time and waiting for my GB to be made. So it did about 2 years of work. And then once the Rumor 4 appeared, that was the end of that. That took over. And then lo and behold, went back to the Status Empathy, and that was my main bass for, God, 12, 13 years. It'll be coming out this weekend, the function gig I'm doing. That'll be gig number 33 on the Bass String Experiment series. Number 15 to 19 is being edited. at the moment. I don't mean at this very moment, I mean over the next couple of days, so that could well be up for this weekend. I've got to go, Mike. Pat, nice one. Big day tomorrow. We're putting up our yurt. We run a B&B as well. All the best to everyone. Thanks, Pat. Take it easy. I'm actually going to wind the live chat down now, guys, because I need to get off to bed because I'm absolutely shattered. So thank you very much, everyone, for this week's live chat, number 45. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much to Martin Fay over in Dublin for that fabulous super chat payment. That's just blown my mind. If you've got any questions, comments, if you're watching this after the event, live chat window is closed, you can still leave comments and they will pop up in the notifications. And when I get them, I'll reply to it. So if you're looking for a comment regarding this live chat or any other videos here on the channel, leave a comment, it pops up my notifications and I can respond to you. Thank you to everyone who's been on this evening. I hope you'll return next Tuesday. We'll do live chat number 46. Be the day after Duran Duran. I can tell you whether we got to do a rig rundown or not, whether we got to meet JT. I don't think that part will happen somehow, but you never know. And there'll be more content going up this week, a lot to put up, got loads of work to do tomorrow, and keep enjoying the videos. If you've got any questions or comments regarding anything on the channel, feel free to leave comments on the videos. Or you can do it on the social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, BeReal, Reddit, Quora, Discord. And merchandise links in the description box, 20% off until midnight tomorrow. So if you're looking for some merch with Brooks's Base Corner, go into the description box. The links are there. Affiliate links are there as well. And I'll say it again, if you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. It all helps. And that's about it, I think. So I will get crafting tomorrow on new content, new shorts, new long form video. And I'll start posting it up as quickly as I can produce it. So keep an eye on the community tab for announcements and the social media as well. And I will love you and leave you, and I hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. I'll be 51 then. What joy. So hopefully I'll have a good birthday on Friday, and cake donations are readily accepted. So if you want to drop some of that off, fabulous. Right, on that note, I'm going to see you next week. Take it easy. Have a great week. You've got gigs coming up. Enjoy them. Have a great time playing your basses. I'll catch you soon. Take it easy.